All right, we should be live on this channel for the first time in a few weeks. Hopefully this is a good game. I'm excited for this one. Back on the Thursdays, and I reckon we're going to hopefully continue this time slot for the rest of the year. I've got a few things prepared for this one. So let's bring up the stream chat, see who we have on. Hopefully we've got a few of the regulars that have joined for the streams I've done this year. Obviously been more infrequent than normal. Feel free to drop your predictions and ask me some questions, and hopefully get a good game of footy. Obviously, I missed last week's Thursday game, which was really good. So if we get something like that, it'd be awesome. It'd be awesome if you got something similar. Free v Hawthorn, though, obviously these two sides probably all both, I'd say top four. They're probably the four best sides. You got Freo, Brisbane, Sydney and Hawthorn, yeah. All right, let me jump on the chat. Let's see who we got in. G'day, Sarah. What's going on? All right, we got some chat in. Glad we got fewer people in. Would have been a little bit shit if we had no one in, but I'm not going to hold the expectations massively. As long as we got some discussions and we can get things back on track. That's all we care about. What's up, Jax? Finally, yep, fair enough. Just want to make sure the mic levels aren't too bad. Yeah, I've been watching most games on the Thursdays and Fridays. I just haven't really been streaming. Part of me wanted to say I enjoyed it more when I wasn't, but I don't think I really did. So I've decided to jump back on. Don't miss the spam though. Who's going to score the most goals? I reckon Jack Gunston for 4, but it'll probably be dominated by the key forwards. So one of the key forwards for either Hawthorn or Freo. I know Jack Gunston kicked a goal last week, but I still reckon he does have a big night. If anyone's, I will definitely be heavily talking about like Supercoach and fantasy, because I've actually, even though if you did watch the footy tips, or if you just have known me, my team isn't great, but I have actually been putting in more effort. I've just been a slight bit unlucky. So we do have the live fantasy. They're semi-live. They're not fully live, but they are going to work on the bottom of the screen to the top 10 scorers. So for those that are interested, that's going to work. Obviously, the game hasn't started. Hey mate, good to see you back. Yeah, cheers, Pat Kaz. Good to see you on the stream as well, because obviously you're one of the regulars that do join in. And yeah, I'm glad that you've still stuck around. I'm glad that people still have stuck around and haven't decided to bugger off, because I could understand that if there are... I haven't really been watching a lot of footy YouTube as of late, to be honest, so I'm not sure who's dominating the stream sense at the moment, but yeah, getting back into it for the first time in like 5 or 6 weeks. I'm not even kidding. The other day, I finally started working on another bit of content that wasn't footy tips. Can you believe it? So that'll be on the agenda soon. Looking forward to it. But if you got any questions about the game, if you got any personal questions, maybe we'll set up a Just Chatting stream soon, because I haven't done one of those in a while. I don't know if this is the stream for it, but any small ones, yes, maybe. The new Indigenous round Guernseys are good. Indigenous rounds in a couple of weeks. Now, I didn't do Gather Round or I didn't do Anzac round Guernseys, but I'll do an Indigenous round Guernsey ranking. I'll try and get someone on for that if I can. But even if I don't, because at least we'll get all teams in action for Indigenous round. Fidget with his prediction. Hawthorn by 66. Oh, I forgot it's a freaking Freo game. I keep forgetting Fidget and his anti-Freo predictions all the time. Even though you guys have won 7 on the trot, you guys have the best chance that you've probably ever had to beat a top 4 side. But I do know in previous history, you fail these sort of games, right? You failed last year against the Lions, but I don't think it's going to be a massive... it's not going to be the same scenario this time around. I wouldn't have thought. G'day, Elijah. Not the most popular, but the best right now is Coast Club. Fair. I mean, it's good to see that he's still been doing his stuff. I haven't really been on it, but I'm going to definitely be aiming to be a lot more active now. I've had probably the best week I've had personally wise all year. So that's part of the reason why I'm back on the streams for Thursday nights and all that. So yeah, mentally I'm actually going a lot better. But yeah, who do you think is going to win the flag this year? I reckon I want to say St Kilda, but I'm not. I obviously think it's probably going to be one of the 4 sides in the 4 at the moment. I'm probably still have to go Brisbane. I reckon Brisbane. Boring pick, but they're pretty difficult to see him getting stopped so far. Obviously, only eight rounds in. Rightio. Should we put on a little bet? I have been putting on a couple of Thursday bets on just for a bit of fun, but I reckon I'm going to save it for tomorrow because tomorrow there are 2 games on, and I've got a couple of fantasy players. If anyone is in the fantasy comp, join in the description. Supercoach. I'll have the live scores of the top 10 players down the bottom. Hopefully it's not too distracting. If Richmond win, then you go Buzz. I will definitely think of something, but the Buzz has already happened, so I want to think of something different. Give me some ideas. We had the... What did we have? Well, I did say the other week that I'd go bold, but it didn't feel like a genuine punishment, really. Like, it was one, but it didn't feel like I was, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't feel proper at the time of me saying it. So thankfully I didn't have to do it. Brisbane better not win the flag. Look, I reckon Brisbane are a good chance of winning the next 3 flags if they really wanted to. They have got just stacks of talent, and they're going to be good for a very long time. Get a mohawk or something. I don't know if I can get a mohawk. Don't know if my hair's long enough for that. That's why I didn't notice you when you saw me on the train, I reckon, Elijah. All right, that's very good to hear, though. Very, very good to hear. If North Melbourne win against Sydney, can you say you're shit, Aiden Core? He already is pretty shit, isn't he? Aiden Core. Not the first player in a team's defence I would pick into my side. By no means. That North Melbourne defence still worries me. I know they've been pretty solid this year, but it still worries me more than most. Not that it worries me at all. Not like I have sleepless nights over North Melbourne's defence or anything, but it would worry me as a team defence if I was North Melbourne, probably. They could 5-peat. Good chance they won't. But if they 3-peat, that's something. Almost everyone is streaming tonight. I've been really not checking YouTube and just sort of, going about my own stuff and all that. But I didn't realize a lot of people were streaming tonight. Hopefully. What the fuck? Mate, I thought people didn't really do streams that much anymore. There were like 10 streams. What the fuck? Zay, better pick my stream. This will be the one. First stream in 3 weeks. And then, I don't know how consistent the other streamers have been, but this is the first in 3 weeks. And the first non-St Kilda one since before Gather Round. Good man, Zay. Do you think Nick Dacos is overrated? He's definitely one of, if not the best current small forward in the league. You look at the way he goes about his game. He was so exciting last week. They rate him highly. But do I think he's the best in the game? Oh, do I know? You asked me if I think he's overrated. Well, probably a little bit overrated. Just by the younger generation. And some certain commentators glaze him more than others. Like, they'll glaze him a shit ton tonight. I can guarantee you that. But he's going to be a real excitement. And I reckon he's going to bob up for a few goals. As I said, Gunston to kick the most. Let's get the live chat on the screen. I just realised that's something that isn't on the screen. But yeah, if we've got 50,000 people streaming, then I don't know, it might be difficult to gain view. And especially since it's been a long... I've got to wait for more streams and more bits of content to get the views back up. But again, I'm not going to worry about that too much. Just ensure to call enough stream. Fuck. All right, we'll leave that there. James Sicily in the long sleeve on a 20-degree day. That's an interesting choice. I like the white Hawthorn. What do we think of the Guernsey designs for this game? I don't mind it. I forgot they actually have this as their official away jumper. I thought they were just going to wear their gold one. That's so I've got the scoreboard wrong. But I can't not fix it. I could fix it at quarter time, but it kind of does with my OCD. Well, I don't have OCD, but it might do with some people's OCD. We'll update the fantasy scores every 3 or 4 so minutes because it's not like it does it straight away. You got to sort of click the refresh button and do a couple other things, but let's just enjoy the game. Yeah, I don't know if it's considered their retro. It's their away Guernsey this year, or the Clash, which I like. But I would like to see a gold version of it. I think that'd be kind of cool. But a white one will do. A high-scoring game would be nice, wouldn't it? First score to the Dockers. I don't recall the last really high-scoring game at Optus, though. That's a venue that doesn't really see many high-scoring games. Hawthorn. You are the best person. Chaz loves Speedway. Well, my tip's pretty big and bold when it rotates. A lot more big and bolder than the last graphic. Ginnivan, inside 50. Pierce is there. It's starting to rain here in Melbourne. Not so... Oh, Weddle had a terrible game. There's the Wizard. The Wizard for the first shot of the game. And the Wizard with the first goal. Great start, Hawks. Now, I'm not sure if this is the sort of music that Nick Watson listens, but I... tell you what, it's a good goal song. Will Ashcroft has it. And you want to just play strict on Nick Watson. Because he is a player that you do not want to let loose. And I'm just having a look. Who was on him out the back? Lots of space. Is that Oscar McDonald? Who's 17 for Fremantle? I feel like some of the Freo's like 5 to 6 worst in their 22. Probably are names I let slip. That's McVee. Okay, McVee. I should have known that. I do the jumper game every now and then. Good start. Hawthorn, obviously good start. Watson. Not in my fantasy, but not in anyone's fantasy team. Or any team at that. Who do you think is going to win the Prem? I did say the Lions before, but it's going to be the Lions until like round 18, round 19, to be honest. Like it's not going to really change, even if a team starts skyrocketing and they may have a slump. Is this a goal for the Dockers? An immediate response to Voss. So the Dockers... Good to see that they're hanging in this contest, which is what we want. You know what? I'll get rid of that. I think I'm stupid. I've tipped Hawthorn by 18, but now I think it's going to be too much. It doesn't matter too much about the margin. I mean, my big call for this game was the margin to be within 16 points or under. So it's a good start. Couple of goals here and there. Paddy Voss, I like the celebration. What do they call him? The prancing pony? I wouldn't want that as a nickname, but each to their own. I don't know if you choose your nickname. 2 goals in the first 2 minutes, with, as Zay said right there. Murphy Reed, he's in my Supercoach draft team, and look at that. We could be in for an absolute shootout tonight. Tracy on the lead. Do you follow the EPL? I'm gonna. I know I've said it before, but the season's over, so you may as well. I will watch the last draft day, or the last match day, because that's something I do with mates regardless. But yeah, I'll give it a crack next year. I actually will probably give it a crack, even if I don't watch every week. Just pick a team and pick some players that spark my interest. Tracy has put it to the left. Where does Josh Tracy rank amongst key forwards in the league? Like, who would you rather right now? As a key forward right now, would you rather Riley Thilthorpe or Josh Tracy? What's wrong with the score? Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Why when it stops, it just stops. So I will fix that. You should play for Wattle Park. I'll play later in the year. I regret not training or doing any of that stuff. I've only just started doing it the last week and a bit. And I know it's only Wattle Park, but just in general, not showing enough interest heading into the season. I sort of just thought it would all come together, but it didn't. But there are a couple of games I'm playing in soonish. I don't know if I can announce particular things, but there are some exciting things ahead. So that's hopefully gonna get me going heading into the the middle period of the footy season. I can't believe it's already around at 9. It doesn't feel that way. You wouldn't think that if you had a look at my recent content. I'll be in Perth when the Div Tour Resi will be on. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Div Tour Resi as well. I know that that'll be over the King's birthday weekend again. But yeah, no, that'll be good. Hopefully the weather just holds up a little better than last time. Last year's weather was abhorrent with the hail. And that wasn't abhorrent. It kicked from Frederick. Frederick boots it from the 50, and the Dockers have their second. And I'm going to be weary of this scoreboard being a fuckwit. Is Watson not a popular fan? Nah, well, he's a small forward. He's picked in like maybe 5% of teams, if that. I don't even think 5, less, I reckon. Less than that. What's with every player having Rock the Casper as their goal song? I've gotten kind of... I've actually kind of got a warm feeling to the song a little bit. Maybe because after hearing it 7 times after Van Rooyen kicked 7 or whatever it was, it's sort of got stuck in my mind. But yeah, no, The Clash, not a bad artist, not a bad goal song. But what do we all think of goal songs just in general in the AFL? What's your go-to footy feed? Not lasagna. Don't know why that was the first food that came to my mind, but not lasagna. So for Frederick, kind of not the name you think of. There is so much space in the forward 50. This is a chance for Gunston to kick Hawthorn second, and I have him for 4. Not in a multi, not in a big call, just for fun. See, I actually kind of like them. It gets me excited for certain players if they get goals. Because St Kilda have him, and I kind of like him, but it doesn't work for every team, and obviously not everyone's going to agree with it. But I'm a relative fan. And I'm a fan of Gunston's kicking because he's kicked his first goal and he's back on the board here. The Hawks are going goal for goal, the Dockers and the Hawks. Great start to this game. What do we think of this song as a goal song, though? It's been one of the better years for scoring, I reckon, because we've seen lots of high-scoring games this year. That Sydney v Melbourne game would have been a really fun game to stream, and kind of wish I did stream that, but doesn't matter. That's the past. I would have said that was one of the more entertaining games of the year because of how free-flowing it was. Just Melbourne wouldn't stop attacking. Sydney, obviously, one of the better attacking sides in the comp. What's happened to the uploads this set? Yeah, I will. I probably don't. I don't know how deep into it I'll address it and all that. Obviously, it's been not the year. There are reasons that I can play into it, but yeah, I'm back with the streams at least, and I've got an actual video that I am putting together over the last couple of, and that isn't the Gather Round vlog. I'm not really sure what's happening with that, but yeah, I'm glad you're still sticking around. For those that do still show notice. Sarong is in my fantasy team. Most people would have traded him out, but the only reason I kept him is because I couldn't fit him out in my team, and I wanted to make another trade, so we'll see. So many people lies for this game. Well, for those that do enjoy the live reactions, obviously I haven't been doing many in the last 4 or 5 weeks. Who have you guys been watching? Did you get a job or uni? That's what I thought. even if that was the reason, no, well, that's not the reason, but even if that was the reason, it wouldn't really make sense into why, if you knew the underlying stuff. But no, but I guess it's good to know that if I did have a period where I had to stop, then I can find a way to restart again, and it feels like I'm restarting in a sense, but that's okay. I had massive amounts of burnout. That's part of a reason, to be honest, and I couldn't really recapitulate that form. Thought the form was just going to come. I thought it was just going to, the feeling was just going to come as the footy season hit, and then I started feeling, and I don't know if I want to talk about this now on this stream since I'm trying to watch the footy, but some mental health stuff occurred, and then other things, and let's just say I wasn't in great states for a lot of the start of the year, but I've had one of the better weeks I've had in a while, and that's gotten me back up to streaming. Because I'll tell you what, the reasons I didn't do any of the other games is because I didn't have just the feeling at all to want to talk to, like, just to people on the stream. I just wanted to just curl up on a ball and not talk to anyone. But yeah. Although I can talk about it more in detail. I don't know. Yeah, again, probably not this stream. Maybe on like another stream if we go a little more deeper into just chatting or something like that. Because I haven't done one of those in a while. I've been watching a bit of True Footy. They're good, but you have better interaction. I'm a member on their channel because I like their stuff this year. Lots of variety, lots of content, pushing it all out. But I do understand your point of view in terms of interaction. They're not always on top of the comments, but that's sort of not their style because they're bouncing off each other. So they're not going to every minute or every 30 seconds or how often I do it, go to the chat. But that's just different streams, how they perform. I watched Kane McDonald and I got recommended you. So I wouldn't expect there'd be too many people that would have joined as a newcomer on the channel this year, to be honest. But if that is the case, I mean, I'll take whatever I can get. And I know there are people that have been asking. This is still one of the more requested things. It's always when he's getting footy cards and all that stuff. I'm filming Box Break in the days coming, and then that'll be out very soon. So good news on that front. Are you going to stream Eagles D's? I can confidently... Oh, give me a second here. Great shot on goal. Great shot on goal. Who was that? Was that the new player? No, it wasn't. It was Sam Butler. You sometimes forget about Sam Butler. Hawks regain the lead. And yeah, no, they regain the lead. Back in front. I've got to now adjust something. Doesn't look dumb. In my first footy game this season, we won by 115 points. It was 1-1-16. It's kind of late, isn't it, to start playing footy in the season? I would have thought. No, watch Coast Club or Paco whilst you're not... Paco? Does he only stream on Twitch? Should link up. I should get him on this. I'm obviously not getting him on the channel in real life, but I should get him on virtually. I've thought about it. I just didn't have the guts to send him a message because, yeah. Like I thought about it earlier in the year. And Dockers are going to have another shot on goal. Wow, lots of space in the forward 50. I've noticed it for the majority of this game. I wonder if this is going to be the case for all of it. I remember the Sydney Hawthorn I streamed, but I had bad tech issues. And I started halfway through the first quarter when there were like 7-8 goals already. So, thankfully I've started early tonight. And that'll be the fourth blemish for the Dockers. So, Sarong on 21 fantasy points. I will update that on the screen in a sec. I do have him in my team. Didn't want him in my team, but I hadn't had a player to trade out, and he started well. Do a podcast about it. Like a chat with Cardi's. It's like May. I might wait for that. I'll wait. I'll wait because I still don't want to talk about it all until things have actually, I really feel like I'm back. So I'll wait. I'll wait about doing one of those. It's still very early in the progression stages. But I don't know why I read that message. Why did that message come up? That was a late one. Is Twitch still a thing? Well, yeah, I mean, it's not doing as well as YouTube. I know that for a fact at the moment. Oh my God. That was looking by all means going through for a point. How is that snuck in for a goal? So Gunston already on 2. I'm looking okay for my prediction for the goals. And both my predictions are looking good early on. So it's a good start. But for games this round, if you guys want to know, I'll do tomorrow night Bulldogs v Port Adelaide. And I guess also the Brisbane Carlton game, but that won't be that entertaining. And then St Kilda Gold Coast will also be the other game I do. Mother's Day is on Sunday, and I'd rather not be a dick. Like, I just don't need to stream Richmond v Adelaide for the sake of it. I'd rather be... I don't want to just completely burn myself out straight away. I want to ease into things, but be doing still a lot more than what I have been in the last 5 weeks, if that makes sense. Is it mainly a mental thing, or did some event happen? Hold up. Hold up with that. That's going to be a point. But that's what the arc's for. But it's annoying. Because it ruins their accuracy, and it also ruins my prediction in a sense. I reckon definitely more of a overload mental thing. It wasn't like one thing happened. It was sort of a build up of many things. Can you stream Port Adelaide and Bulldogs? Yes. Can do that. I think that game will be really entertaining. No games in Victoria over Thursday and Friday either, so not like I can go to one of these. I could go to one of these games. Probably would have seen me at one of these games last year. But in all seriousness, it was never going to happen twice in a row. It did blow me a lot of money. All the money I had saved up, basically, see you later after those trips. Would you ever stream the Eagles game again? Yeah, I wouldn't want to stream many Eagles games. I don't know when the next Eagles game that I could stream is, but I might give it a skip. We don't play them again, luckily. Shall I say luckily? I'd want to play them again, even if it is away. Alright, so the kicking inside 50 should have gotten a little bit more undisciplined. Hawthorn's sake, at least. Bombing them instead of looking for the... well, there really isn't anyone giving him options. You got to go to the Saints Richmond game. Well, I will be going to that game. I'm expecting a 100-point win. No, I wouldn't be... no, I can't say that. Just to win. A win would be nice. Mackenzie, I've liked his start. He's had a lot of it. Ginnivan, he's a good ball user. And Gunston has found space today. Tell you what, they haven't actually planned around defending him very well, the Dockers. Let's see if we can get this one going through. Eagles v Bombers. That could be okay. When is that? What? Round 10, yeah? Last year's Eagles-Bombers game I did was actually really fun. Oh, no, it's not next week. Good stuff. Good stuff. Gunston kicks the goal. And technically, he should be on 3 goals. I say should be. It was a point. But I'll just say he should be on 3 goals. All right. Gunston on. Good luck, Dockers, stopping that. Fred sort of need to respond now, I'd say. Let's have a look at the stats. Are you going to the Saints-Richmond game? Well, I haven't missed a Melbourne game. People might think I've missed St Kilda games this year, but I haven't. I haven't missed a single Saints game that I haven't streamed, and I've only done Adelaide and GWS. I've got all of the footage from all the games I've been to coming up to soon in a video, if you guys must know. But I am going to that game, and I'm almost certainly going to be... I could be going with a few of my mates, actually, but I'm almost certainly going to be sitting in my members area, and I don't think I'm going to tell you guys where it is. But then again, you guys could just figure out if you see the videos. You'll kind of plan where I'm... Not plan, but in your mind, you might just figure it out in your head. In 4 weeks, I believe Eagles v Bombers. Yeah, I'm not that great at planning 1 week in advance, let alone 4 weeks. But we'll see, we'll see. Well, that could be ball. No, it isn't. Bolton's been very quiet, which is not going to worry yet. It's only 1 quarter in. And then we're talking about like stats and fantasy and Supercoach. It's only 1 quarter in. We're only 7 minutes, still 7 minutes to go. But Bolton's had like a couple of disposals, and he needs to obviously be at his best for Freo to have their best chance of winning, because his form in the last 4 weeks, but this year has been great. I'm going to go, but all luck for the Saints this week. I will be live for the Gold Coast v St Kilda game, yeah, in Darwin. So I'm really excited for that game, and I think it's going to be a fun watch. I think we've definitely turned it up in the last few weeks, the Saints. We've starting to gel, putting more consistency through our game, and we've got a lot of areas that we're getting better in. As Dudley kicks the 3rd goal for the Dockers, and they move to score a 22. High tackle, hole on the ball. Speedy says, do you think the Dogs still have a chance of making finals despite their injuries? What do you consider finals? I consider finals top 6 these days, but top 10 apparently gives you finals. Yeah, well, I tipped them this week. I know they've got still lots of outs, but I think they can still rally together and get a big win. I know they've been sore and bruised and battered, but I still think they're better than Port. But Port have been pretty good, so if they don't beat Port Adelaide, chances are no. So it's a big game tomorrow, and I know Zay will be there. Hopefully he'll see a good game, which he should. Hawks get the clearance. Watson. And you can just hear the commentators have a nice orgasm every time he goes near the footy. He goes around 2, kicks it inside 50, and didn't really have any options there. And he gets fisted over the line. So 3-point margin. Feels like this quarter has been kind of long, but it's been an average length of a quarter. It's just felt like it's been a long one. It's been a good game early on. 9 inside 50s apiece. Even stuff. Hawthorn have 3 rucks in their lineup today as well. And one of their rucks gets a shit kick to Ryan. Bruised my arm last week. I refused to post showdown. What happened last week with your arm? Oh no, Zay. Is it because of the result? Don't know if you mentioned it was at the showdown or not, but I'm just going to assume it happened at the showdown. You got really angry, and as a result, you bruised your arm. Yeah, Mackenzie's leading the way to the disposals, but he's not... He hasn't marked the footy yet or hasn't tackled. He's just been getting the outside ball. Do you think footy would do good in the USA? Oh, I think the Americans that discover the sport couldn't be more in love with it, to be honest with you. But growing it in a market over there is very, very difficult. So it's never going to be that big. But I wouldn't rule against them trying to experiment and expand by going and playing games in the USA. I've said it before. I think that'd be a good idea. Better over certain other countries, but whether they have the facility, I think they'd be able to sort that out. Because I think I don't know how successful the NRL playing in Vegas has been, but I think the AFL, if they move a few games to America in the next few years, I reckon that could do a lot of help. And there'll be more fans that'll be invested. But that Paco guy, apparently he's going to do all the job, all the work, according to him. Gunston could be set for 12 goals here, and if only he kicked that goal beforehand, that would have been the third. So he would have been on 4. Who's he on? Luke Ryan. Luke Ryan sort of letting him do whatever he wants. Let's see if he puts this one through. Misses. He's had 4 shots on goal in the first quarter. There are only 2 behinds. Bring back the LA Crocs, says Pat Kaz. Can't believe they even proposed to having an LA team back in the day. Like, I don't know how much money it cost them to actually go through that proposal, but they seemed semi-serious about it. I wouldn't have mind seeing the LA Crocs run out. I'm sure that wouldn't have lasted very long, though. Well, I appreciate it, Speedy. I feel like I should definitely reward you with more as the season continues, if I'm the only content creator you watch. Because there are a lot of other good ones, even if it's not on YouTube in particular. Gunston, another player that like isn't fantasy relevant, so I'm not worried about him having lots of points. It's actually not been a great game for the relevant players. There aren't that many relevant players for Hawthorn. Cheers, Sammy. Don't know if potting shots at Bitter necessarily makes it any better, but thank you. Yeah, I'm. Oh, you going to Sydney? Fuck, you are. You go to every in-state game. Good luck. I say good luck. I mean, just hopefully it's more of an enjoyable experience than. Oh, actually, no. That Gold Coast trip you had a blast. It was a good game for the Bombers. So maybe, hopefully, you have as equally as enjoyable experience. The ladder says North is on 12 when they're on 16. Well, the ladder never lies. Excel lies, because that's where I got the data from. Extract the data from Excel. Do you know where I can learn the rules of the game? Yeah, well, I don't know how much you'll remember. Give me a sec here, because this contest is quite an interesting one. I don't know how much you'll remember everything if you watch the video where it's like how, you know, the rules of the game, where they try and teach it to someone who might be new to it, like an American. Because there's a video on YouTube, a few of them, you can look it up, but like you need to watch the game more and to understand it. Like you can't just watch that video and feel like everything's just brushed off and you know it all. That won't necessarily work. Hopefully it's good, to be honest. Just hate how expensive NG is. It's just the facilities though. It's just the food and all that. You don't have to spend money there. Sydney's expensive in general, but really GWS, when normally the tickets are pretty cheap or free. In fact, they're normally just free if you actually, if you can get you can get a whole experience there for not much. You don't have to fucking spend $50 on food like you did last time. Food's, oh yeah. Good luck defending that. Although in saying that, not a lot of effort was put into the stopping Tracy there. No one was in the hole. No one was like, oh, maybe Tracy's the most dangerous player on the field in the forward 50, and we should probably be a little bit more packed in tight, close to him. The club made me pay $22, but yeah, that's $22. I wouldn't be complaining about that. You're paying a lot more to go to Sydney than that. Tracy puts it through, and we have a game. We have a real game here at the Optus. 28-26. Freo getting now a little on top with the last 2 of the last 3. And thankfully, I didn't fuck the curse up, because I feel like there is a bit of a curse when I stream. Sometimes I do pick the bad games. We've seen some really good ones in the last couple of weeks. That Bulldogs v Sydney game, I remember that was a couple of weeks ago. That was pretty bad. But there were still some moments that made the game worth watching. Like, I watched the second half of that. Ukeno kicked 7 goals. Norton had that incident as well. It wasn't a highlight, but it was a moment. The food was horrific. The food wasn't, it wasn't great, but they had a variety at least. There was a lot of a variety. More so than the MCG. The Wizard Watson's been busy. Slips over. Come on, Bolton. Lift your game, mate. Kicks it inside 50. Brennan Cox will get there. Looks weird with no hair. But, I mean, I'd look weird with no hair. Anyone would. That might be the end of the quarter there. Unless they get a free, they do. Nash with the mark. 10 seconds to go here. Hawthorn have to find a target. Surely they don't, because Freo will flood back. High ball. Nah. High. That's high anyway, so that'll be quarter time. And it's a 2-point game. We're set for a good one, and we're actually set for a relatively high scoring one as well. 8 goals in a quarter. I'll take that. Are you going to the NFL game when well, I could definitely go, but I would have to pay $600 if I wanted to go. So how big do I care about the NFL to want to do that? Would be a waste if I didn't go, or no, it'd be a waste if I went and I didn't make some form of content. But then in saying that, I've kind of done that in the last few months. But no, by then I should be, if I'm going to go to the game, I should have a real something to make it worth, because I think it'll be a cool experience. I'm not an NFL sort of guy, but yeah, if I do end up going, it'll be in one of the better spots in the whole stadium. And I say if because I have a very good, in fact, basically if I want to go, I can go, or I will just say no because I don't want to pay $600 or whatever. NRL's so overrated. Yeah, I agree it's overrated. It's hard to follow. It's a hard sport to follow. It's like maybe what the Americans think of AFL in just terms of the complexity of the rules. Well, I don't know how often they change the rules. Probably not that often, but it doesn't matter. It's similar. It got similar attributes to the AFL and the NFL does in a sense. If you could choose a goal song, what would you choose? Oh, it's sort of a question where it's like I don't want to go for a really basic goal song that like most plays probably, well, most clubs that do goal songs use, but I also don't want to. I don't know. I don't have one off the top of my head, to be honest. I've got to go through my Spotify playlist to pick a good one. Maybe I'll get back to you with that question because I should have a look. G'day, Sarah. What's good? I've had one of my better weeks I've ever had. Personally, this week, probably the best week almost, if it continues the way it's going this whole year. So that's not a bad thing. If it was the opposite of that, I wouldn't be streaming. I'll be brutally honest. What would I be doing? I'd probably be like, maybe watching. I'd be watching the game, but I wouldn't be feeling top notch. Please shout out, says Tobbs. I go for Melbourne. Do you think we're doing well? Everyone's saying you're doing well. Everyone's still of that belief. Yeah, but I don't want to. Yeah, no, it's good, Sarah, but I need to understand that there'll be challenges that'll go my way, and I've got to keep pushing because I'm very reluctant. Sometimes I give in and I restart, but it's been a good week. It's been a good week. I have only been trying to get into the AFL for about a year. It's a really good game. I love it. Yeah, it's great. Definitely, if you ever head to Australia, I don't know if you've got plans ever to do so, but yeah, get down to the G for a big game and just soak in the atmosphere because it's unbelievable. It's the best sport in the world, and that's a fact. If Scoops still does anything, I don't know if Scoops still bloody... I don't know he does post still, actually. I did comment on one of his posts the other day. But as he would say, that's a fact of life. Yeah. My grandma goes for St Kilda like you. Well, she's got good... Has she witnessed a flag, Ryan? Because 1966 is now... It's almost 60. It's 60. This is now 60 years. Surprised the Saints aren't doing their 60-year... Oh, no, we did. We did our 60-year premiership... It was that Collingwood game in round 1, wasn't it? In opening round. 60 years. So is your grandma above the 60-year amount or below it? If not, she may have never have seen a St Kilda premiership. Hopefully she's in good health. As my grandma, I'm not really someone I can say that she's in the best of health over the last few months, but she goes for the Saints, and unfortunately, if she watches a premiership, if she stays alive, she won't remember any of it. She's 64. Problem is, you're sort of irrelevant if you win a flag and you're like less than like 6 years old. You don't really understand or appreciate or even know what's going on, so you can't take it in. So yes, you lived through a flag, but you don't count it. You wouldn't count it like you would now. I go for Aston, and we might be going to Perth to watch my game. Aston Villa. Why do Aston Villa get such a strong support in Perth? I find that quite interesting. If you're talking about Aston Villa, I don't know if there's another Aston Martin. No, but F1? No. You reckon Freya take the chocolates? Yeah, well, I've gone through quite a few previews, footy tips, experts, armchairs, dickheads, whoever it is. I've been seaming through, and a lot of people have gone the Dockers, and it's mainly due to the home ground advantage factor, like myself. Who do you think will win the flag and the Brownlow? Well, I still think Brisbane, then not daylight, but I really do think Brisbane are definitely the team to beat, and they will be when finals come around. And then for the Brownlow, well, it's a good question. I would like it to be someone that's not Dacos and Bont. Actually, no, I take that back. Obviously, I want to see Bont win one, and Dacos will win one soonish, but it'd be nice to see a random player win one. But not in the sense that Rao won one when he probably shouldn't have. Like a random, more deserving winner. Like, because we don't know who's going to be the very top contenders at the end of the year yet. Could be John Newcomb as a player. It could Shai Bolton could win the Brownlow. That's a chance. I use the voice thing instead of typing. It's faster, so it gets words wrong. So I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't even know you could do that on YouTube. That must be a new feature. It's probably good for the vision impaired, or I don't know if you got like a limb disorder. Can't think of many other reasons why you'd use the voice feature over the just texting, but there's that. And I don't think you guys have seen my... Have I showed you guys the new phone I got over the last few weeks? Maybe not, but that's been good. I haven't utilized it much for short form stuff, but I will very, very soon be doing that. Which EPL team do you... I don't have it. I don't really have a proper team. Like Newcastle, I don't follow them anymore. Unfortunately. So I don't care about the results that go their way or that they don't. Yeah, but Perth would be good. Perth would be good. I'm strongly considering going to Perth for the St Kilda game in a couple of weeks. Especially if we beat Gold Coast. Because like, yes, you could make the argument, well, what wouldn't you rather travel to see your side be more likely to win? I'll hold me on that, because it could be a goal here for the Dockers. No, but it might be a push. It will be a free kick. That was on Wagner, wasn't it? What was I going to say? Yeah, you could make the argument, well, wouldn't you rather go travel interstate to see... Well, I did watch Port Adelaide and Gather in that game. I watched that. But, like, wouldn't you rather see like, let's say we play like a shit side like West Coast or GWS. But I'd rather see us have a potential of claiming one of the big scalps against one of the best sides away from home. That'd be a much better win to go to. Sydney is another game I'm probably going to go to this year as well, because that would be huge. And then that's it for interstate trips for the Saints. Missed it. Wagner misses. So 28 apiece here. Why is Hayden Young underrated? I don't think he's underrated. Or over. I actually don't even think he's in any of those categories. I think he's just rated. I don't think that gather round was that popular. Overall, still did great. Like, the AFL are very happy with the way. I fucking gave the wrong side a score. Yeah, overall the AFL, but I think as a content creator, it wasn't as well received. Thanks for the corrections, chat. How quick is Watson, man? Every time they almost caught... Oh, he does catch him. That's unbelievable forward pressure. How do you even manage that? Like, genuinely, Cox had so much time. I'm like, you'd be like, every time the ball is near Hawthorn's forward 50, you'd be shit scared when Nick Watson's just behind your pace, and then he does that. Deserves the goal here. Definitely deserves a goal. He's probably been one of their best. Well, it definitely has been a top 3 for them, Hawthorn. Always is one of their best players every week. He puts it through, and Watson kicks his second, and their 5th to retake the lead. My mum found a photo of me in a Freo shirt. Scores are fine now. Then I became an Eagles supporter in 2023. Why would you change so recently? That's pretty poor form. I don't think that's that goes against the that goes against everything it is to be a footy supporter, to change clubs that, especially changing to your rival. You must have a very good reason for that. So Watson kicks his second. Gunson's got 2, and who else scored for them? Sam Butler. So that's their goal scoring tally. Jackson somehow finds a miss who I haven't seen all game. Haven't seen him all game. Blake, cheers for the comment there, mate. Can I please get a shout out? I'm a huge fan. Blake MTB, cheers, mate. I won't be able to finish the game. I'm guessing you've got an early night. I mean, I'm going to be up early. I've said a lot where I say I'm going to be up early and I don't, but I have been consistent every single day this week, so I'm pretty confident that I will be up early this week. But yeah. He's kicked the goal, I think. He has. So the Dockers hit the lead again. My big call should have been for the lead changes, but I'll take it. It's doing me fine. It's doing me absolutely fine. Like, I'm not worried at all with this big call. Expected goal. I guess with how this game's played, yeah, in a way. John Misses also, he's fixed his goal kicking this year, hasn't he? Been a lot more reliable in front of goal. I had school camp this week and I'm still tired. Yeah, that'll do you. That'll drain you pretty quickly. A good school camp. Where'd you go on the school camp? What you get up to? Come on, Bolton. You really need to get into the game here for my fantasy. He's definitely more of a super coach player, but 11 points. It's a worry. I only got into footy in 2023, so I picked West Coast, and I'll never change that. I guess that's more respectable. I thought... Still, though. Like, you wouldn't want to tell many people that because you might lose a relationship with them. But no, in all seriousness, that's probably fine, I guess. Scotty, if that's Scotty the Hottie, he's definitely one of those guests that if I get the guest back on the streams, he'll be one of the first I think about. Unless there's a fake Scott, which there probably are some. He's a very popular man, so he's probably got fake accounts going everywhere. In fact, that could be a fake account. Who do you think will win right now from this stage? Well, it's hard to say, but I'm going to still back my guns in and go the Dockers. But it is hard to say. It's been very even. When one team gets a goal, the other side seems to respond pretty quickly. Ginnivan could tackle Hayden Young, who someone reckons is overrated in the chat. Not sure about that. It is him. Well, I'm sorry, Scott, for accusing you of being a fake. That's probably not great on your terms for me thinking that. Oh, Gunston's going to kick a third here. Great positioning. And he should slot home a third. I went unders for Gunston. I should have got him for 4. I've really only got into the AFL this year, really. That's fair. I mean, depends on who you talk to, but I think it's a great year to get into the AFL, personally. I think the games have been of a high standard. And I know not everyone likes the wildcard round and all that, but it'll make the season much more exciting later on in the year. A lot more teams having more of an opportunity. St Kilda will. They'll almost certainly be a wild. If they don't play wildcard, I'll definitely do another bet for myself this year. 100. Like, if we don't finish at least wildcard, I will. I'd run a fucking kilometer for every point the Saints will lose by, or some crap like that. Maybe, Sarah, if you're still watching, maybe Chris can train. Oh, I don't know if I trust. No, but no. Actually, no. He ran a half marathon. He told me, so he can train me if that's if I have to prepare for that. With a shit ass year. The girls got to stay in like a little hotel rooms on a campsite. Oh, you're talking about your camp experience. I thought you were just talking about some bullshit. Fair. The girls got... See, the thing is, this game's actually been really good that I don't really want to just defer the focus because it's been good. Girls got to stay in like little hotel rooms on the campsite whilst the boys got to stay in a castle with dorm rooms, and when teachers went to sleep, everyone started ding-dong ditching. Yeah, good luck in the morning. I'll sell you that for a fact. Free kick Hawthorn, I think. So it doesn't look like he's having any troubles. Unlike last week where he did his, was it his ankle or his foot? Oh, Gunston could kick 10 tonight. This is the best I've seen him play. Well, I mean, his last year and a half, but like, seriously, this is really good footy from Gunston. I went for the Hawks, but I changed to Essendon to rage bait my dad, who absolutely hated Essendon, and I watched Hawthorn win the three-peat. So does that count as watching my team win it? Nah, I'm not counting that. Well, I mean, technically, yes, but I don't officially count that, so. And he's put it through. Jack Gunston's the best player in the field right now, and it's not even close. Jesus, fuck me dead. Wish I had a Jack Gunston in my team. I only started watching footy because I was in between sports in 2024, but I picked Adelaide just because it was my first match. Are you based in Adelaide, or you just picked Adelaide because that was the first game you watched? Adelaide wouldn't be a terrible side to follow, but they'd be sort of that kind of like that underdog team in a way, because they haven't really had a lot of success in the last 25 years. Who do you think is the best player in the league? I mean, I still think Nick Dacos, but right now you could make an argument for a few players. You could make the argument that Cozzy Pickett is, or Isaac Heaney, or or even Naz is still up there. Petrarca, Bontempelli, obviously. And Murphy Reed might become the best player in a few years if he can use his form as he kicks it to no one in 50. Hendon, g'day. Who do you think? My nan's bird died. Can guarantee that probably didn't happen. It's not something you announce publicly like that. If let's be honest, if you did just have a tragic incident occur, you're not going to announce it publicly on a live stream straight away, are you? Maybe you do. I don't. Maybe that's how you cope with shit. Who knows? I would probably not be doing that though. I'm back. My K logged me out. That's all good, mate. I don't blame you because KO does that all the time. So it's not, no way. Yeah, cheers, Finn, for the membership, mate. And I do feel, obviously I care about the channel, and you guys probably don't think I care that much from what you've seen of the output this year, but it burnout, a lot of internal personal things. But I've had a really good week, and I'm feeling like I might be back to, I don't know, maybe back to close to my best, if that makes any sense. But it's going to be hard to recapitulate the way the channel was going at times last year. But I'm happy to have a challenge. And Gunston has a 5th chance at goal here. Well, I say 5th. He's had 7 shots. He's through for his 7th shot. But it was a long-lasting burnout, Pat Kaz. A long-lasting one, I felt, because it was like I expected things to just be fine heading into March. And then it just didn't feel that way, and it wasn't, yeah. But whatever. Talking about it another time, because Gunston's going to line up for 5, and I don't want to ruin my TikTok edit if I have to make one. If he ends up kicking a fucking bag of 10. Although that would ruin it, actually. I should do it again. And Gunston has his 5th. 10 minutes to go on the 2nd. This is incredible stuff from the Hawk. There you go. How many marks inside 50? Heard you playing the creative footy. Well, everyone is. And I'm not dreading it. That's a terrible word. But I don't think I'm going to be very good in the game, because a lot of the players are high-performing athletes and probably have been training for it, or not even for it, just in general. And I only started getting back into the gym consistently the last week, and it's not enough time for me to get back into top shape. But that's all right. I'm there for fun. Gunston could be on 100 fantasy points before the end of the half, guys. If anyone has him in their team, which they probably don't. Cheers, Finn. Yeah, obviously the AdSense money probably hasn't been as high this last few months, so that goes into the bank. Thank you there, Finny. He's energetic and a great player. Yeah, guys, my final message. I'm quitting. Don't know who you are, so to me, you never even started. Sorry if that does sound harsh. Yeah. I'd like to hear if anyone is fantasy or super coach. Let me know what you guys have picked for your teams this week, and I can have a little discussion. I've got Newcomb in my draft fantasy, so let's check. I haven't checked the super coach scores, but they're different. They're just a lot harder to track. Gunston already has 100. Wow. Let's see. Newcomb 34. Not very good. Finn is a legend, and so are you, Speedy. Gunston's leading all those, and he's leading. Yeah, he's leading every stat, just about most stats. I know you, you know me. Well, I don't know I don't actually know who that is. W Speedy and W Finn. You should do AFL 26. I want to see a vid. I've done AFL 26. Even last year I didn't do AFL 26 because I didn't enjoy the game. But you can still make content on the game. You can still definitely make content on the game. But have people been making content on the game? I haven't seen much. Do you think Harley Reid will go to Carlton? Sorry, but I don't know why you think that's ever going to happen. And why would he go to Carlton if he moves it? Like, the reason that he would move clubs is to go to a team with a high chance of success, right? If West Coast stay down the bottom. Carlton is not the team to go to for that. If Reed goes to Carlton, I'll eat my hat. I'm that confident it will never happen. Who did he support as who did he support? Geelong, I think. As a kid, wouldn't matter. Wouldn't be going to Carlton. Well, Hawthorn so far are looking a lot more professional in the way they're playing right now. Free making some mistakes, and Hawthorn just using the ball a little better. Definitely been on top in this second quarter. I heard Zach Butters might go to Melbourne. Well, he won't go to Melbourne Football Club, but yes, that's been widely talked about. His possible move to a Victorian club, which, let me know who you think in the chat what team Butters will go to. I personally think it's probably going to be the Bulldogs. Or maybe not anymore. Actually, no, it's still probably a good chance. And Reed puts it through, and the Dockers really needed that one as they cut the deficit to 10 points. No, he's not. G'day, Tucker. Yeah, it's been a pretty good week for me, to be honest with you. So, yeah. Pretty solid week. Did you hear Brisbane want Dan Curtin? Well, do you want to get rid of Dan Curtin? What would you be willing to give up for him? As my phone's flat. Shit. He hasn't. Yeah, like you wouldn't want to give up Dan Curtin, and in Brisbane. I mean, if this is true, I've seen a news article, but if this is true, Brisbane, well, they don't need to be poaching everyone. They've already got all they need. They don't need to, but if they want to, I guess, fair. I heard Collingwood want Lachie Neale. That sounds like that's just unrealistic as fuck. As Watson picks up the loose ball, and he's going to kick a special. He's an absolute beast. One of my favourite players to watch. And if you think he's a fucking overrated player, your parents probably think you're overrated for this living. He is that good. Seriously. He is so fucking good. Watson's kicked 3. He's definitely been the top 3 players for Hawthorn tonight. From the first half, early on in the first half. Are you filming next week? Oh, yeah, for that. I will, because I'll tell you what, I've had one of my better weeks. And I'm finally sort of feel like I'm backing away because I got content that I've actually planned and I'm editing and all that. I'd like to have a chat with you about it because I've changed my mentality this week and I've had like a really, really positive week. But we'll see. Hopefully it lasts the whole week because obviously the weekend, sometimes it can, like every single weekend this year, I reckon I've said I would do something almost every single, maybe 50 over the course of the weekend, maybe 15 to 20 things, and I might end up delivering with a couple of at most. So that, yeah, I mean, I'd love to maybe have a session before the game, but even if I don't have that, just have a fun night. I think it's for charity, right? And even if it isn't, even if it's been pocketed by some fucker, which I think it is for charity, it's still going to be fun. Unless there's a shooting, then it won't be fun. Then that will be really bad, and I wish I wouldn't have rocked up. But yeah, the rolling fantasy thing, I'm glad you have taken a bit of notice of that, because I've obviously been wanting to get that working, but every time an issue would occur and I'd be like, fuck me, I've spent a couple hours and I've kind of stopped worrying about it. But it doesn't update every single second, but it updates every few minutes or so. Like it works well enough for me to keep it. And hopefully people see it and go, all right, well, if I've got Murphy Reid in my fantasy team, 35, that's not too bad. Hopefully I can switch it so it's fantasy to Supercoach. I can't believe only Lockie's done a gather it. No, I'm sure others have. I only started reviewing the footage today, and I've only realized how much I'm going to need to edit it for it to actually turn out to be a bit of content I'm kind of proud of, if you know what I mean. But I need someone to film game footage for me so I can make a video. Well, yeah, like, I don't think I'm going to be a star in the game, so I feel like I'm going to look like a big, massive wanker if I get someone with a big camera to film me and I don't really perform. But I know of someone that can do it, as long as the game is filmed in some regard. If it's not filmed, then there won't be any bit of footage to ever come from the game, and it'll be hard to dissect it all. Mate, I generally hate the AFL president. I don't remember his name. He's trying to ruin the call. Okay. The AFL like, you hate Andrew Dillon. I get that. I do get that. He's putting a lot of putting his name into a lot of things as a late, making himself feeling really relevant when making all these changes. Weekends are super productive for me because I'm work, so I don't have yeah, I know. It's a lot easier when you've got the dedicated work. So I'm training. I've trained myself well so far this week. But even if you didn't have work and shit, like, you're still pretty productive. I feel North will play one of those stupid annual games they play once a year where they play premiership like footy and then they'll lose by about a kick. Watson could get a free kick, Gunston. I say that because I just am surprised he lost. Oh, poor kick, Newcomb. Yeah, I might go to that game, North v Sydney. I might actually go to that. Sportsbet showed more integrity in the AFL. Well, at least they haven't rigged me a multi yet. They probably actually have, but you're probably still right. Lewis Marks. Wow, Freo fans aren't happy about something. I think they got to take those purple tilted glasses off and actually look at it in a realistic way, because I don't think there's anything wrong with what happened there. And the Hawks are going to have a shot on goal and make it a 21-point lead. Maybe think about doing another kicking video I like. They're always fun, aren't they? I've just realised, though, I don't even have footy boots currently. That's a good kick. No, he's missed it. That's going to be a problem for Wednesday, isn't it? I love your vids and I subscribe to your channel and I watch your videos and your shorts and your lives. Thank you, Asher. Like I've said a couple of times, there hasn't been a lot of that over the last month and a bit, but hopefully you're watching some of the older bits of content and enjoying that, whilst the current content is on semi-hold. I'm still doing tips every now and then, but yeah, just kind of just the tips recently. Thoughts on Nick Foots being sacked by Sportsbet? I can't believe he was even... How can they allow that in the first place? And here we go. Freo have a chance here. Voss, Tracy, a miss. They've all been important in their own way. Caleb Strong, 34 fantasy points. And Shai Bolton, 21. Fuck. You should visit Bomb Beach Sharks again. Visit. I will go to a local footy game soon, I reckon. Because if my mornings are more freed up, that's when local footy is, right? Morning. Tracy has... Oh, that wasn't Tracy. That was Voss. I was looking at the wrong player. He's actually... I think Tracy, if I'm not mistaken, he's the worst converter for goal all year. For any forward. I think it was said on a first crack that I am always eagerly tuning into first crack. But yes, it was a poor kick. Will I give my boots away again at the Div 12? Well, I don't have boots currently, so no. No, I don't even fucking own boots. So if there won't be, I can guarantee you that there won't be. There might be, but there won't be any other sign. But even if people were like queuing out for hours wanting my boots, I'd be like, no, because I need these fucking boots. Buy me a new setup. I need them for future. I give away the boots that I own, so I don't have any more. I'm not like, oh, that's free kick to Gunston. That was a high free kick, I thought. It looked that way. Mate, I said most goals for Gunston. Well, he's kicked, what, 5 already? Had him for 4. No other Freo player have kicked multiple. Gunston and Watson have come on for 8 in the first half. Wonder what that would be paying out, sports bet. Give away your socks. I already did that. Don't you have one of my socks? And I'd rather not, actually. I'd rather leave my socks on and not get them all soggy and wet and keep that as a bit of a memoir. Maybe I should give away my fucking shorts. I'll give away my underpants. I'll give away some of my pubic hair. Each pubic pair's got its own fucking special digit. I don't know. Thinking really weirdly now, but I don't know. Maybe I'll give something away. I don't know. I'm not thinking about that at the moment, though. Not you. Oh, you got Caden's. Oh, yeah, that's true. Because I remember I did actually give my sock to someone. I don't forgot who it was. Probably don't want mine or anyone's, to be honest with you. Come on, Dockers. Sarong getting a couple disposals, but they're handballs. I want kicks and almost turnover there. Watson, almost. It's been very dangerous so far in this game. 57 seconds to go. Dockers have the footy. You'd think there's only one more chance at a goal for either side. Sarong, get me some fantasy. I think he's got like 10 in the last couple minutes, or minute, if that. I'll update that at half time. Need to find a mark here, the Dockers. Lots of marks inside 50 in this game, and Jackson takes the mark. So it's been a heavily marking sort of game. The key forwards have dominated, to be honest. It's been a good game, as we had all expected. Actually, what's the margin like? It's 16 points. Margin won't go over 16. That's what I said on that. I'm going to take it for gospel. It's not over 16. Give them to me. Well, I'm not going to select you out of the crowd when I don't know much about who you are. He won't kick this, will he? No, he doesn't. So, finishing off what has been a pretty good game of footy so far, but it is Hawthorn up by 15. But you take away Jack Gunston and Watson, and I don't know if they'd be up at all. I barely watch games anymore, and I've only been to 2 games. I don't know why you barely watch games anymore. It's not like... I have not... I probably haven't... I've almost... You could make the argument I've consumed more football over the last 6 weeks than... Let's say had I gone to more games and done more videos, because I'd be more busy with that stuff and I'd be going to games and shit. But a lot of the time I would, because I like footy, so I'd still just watch the games on TV a lot of the time. Pick the easy option in a way. No, I've been enjoying footy this year, and maybe the Dogs' downfall has had some sort of effect on that. But I have enjoyed footy this year. And it would be a big waste to not share it with you guys on the streams. So, yeah, been a good... I think, yeah, good year so far. Some good games. High quality. And a number of sides can win it. Blaze gets a membership from Finn. I'm sure he's going to use that to his advantage. It's going to go a long way. But very well will go a long way. I think Gunston probably could have kicked 7. 5 goals almost seems unders for how dominant he was in that first half. He was very, very dominant. Marked 8 times inside 50. And he's on 100 Supercoach points as well. I'm just checking my other team because I've got... Let's see who I've got. I just want to double check here. Who do I have in my... I'll show you the screen here. I just don't think people have made any bother to care about fantasy on Supercoach on the stream. So I feel like I'm talking to no one. But I'm still going to have a look on my own. I have to zoom in here. It's a shit team. I know that. Oh, Sarong. Fuck, he's not playing this week. I got to make a trade. I got to make my boost. I don't actually have anyone on that. Let's go to draft. Do you even do members videos anymore? Well, I haven't really been doing a lot on the main channel, so I don't think I was putting all that worry and effort into the member stuff. Putting out high quality, epic documentaries on the bloody members. But no, I definitely will slowly get into the members stuff when this stuff gets back on track. What am I looking at here? I'm looking at John Newcomb's score. That's clearly not what he... Why does it not say what he currently has? I'm looking at round... No, I want to look at round 9. The awesome foursome. Yeah, Gunston could win the Coleman medal. I'm looking at it right there. He missed a game as well. And he missed a game, I think, or if he didn't miss a game, he had a game where he didn't kick a single goal. That was last week against Collingwood. Fuck this game. I actually don't like... I really do not like the website. John Newcomb has 46, so he's not doing great. He's okay. I'll be back. No worries. True, I haven't seen a members video in a bit. That's... Yeah, it's probably not surprising. When was the last members video? I don't know. Probably a vlog. Few weeks. It would have definitely been Feb. I've had a few weeks break from my channel with the NBA season over, but back into it now. Yeah, it's playoffs, but Golden State aren't in it. So he's got a Golden State channel, so he's not really making content on the other sides. Maybe it's a well-earned rest. This year, what I want to do very differently, when the off-season does come around, I want to have a short-term and a long-term plan for what I'm actually going to do for the next year. Because I've never done that really. I've just sort of kept on going, and burnout fucked me badly this off-season. And I thought and then other things started coming in my life, and then the mental health shit. And then it all just sort of piled on at once. And that's why I couldn't feel like I got back at all on track with anything channel-wise. But I said before, I've had a really good week this week because I've finally seen, all right, let's look and see what I've actually tried and what I've gotten wrong. As Gunston's got... Why is Gunston's score scaled back down to 199? But yeah, I think I've said what I was going to say there. Hey, Cardi, go Hawk. The Hawk are looking solid, but let's see if they can last that for the full duration of the game. Not going to go to Darwin. I did consider it, but remember, it is like $2,000, and again, I'd probably just go by myself. So it's like a waste. I'm not going to go to Darwin by myself for 4 days, 3 days, whatever, just to see the game. Like, I obviously love the Saints, and I love interstate trips. I've done a lot, but yeah, maybe if it was a different time period, maybe if this is the game in round 19, it'd be different, but no. The BBL. I think I'm going to do BBL Supercoach this year, because then I might actually get more like invested in some more of the games that I don't give a shit about, or like plays and stuff, because I think you can still win a lot of prizes. I want to look into that. What actually are the prizes for fantasy and Supercoach? Because I think it's just like a K a week. Who's out? Barras. For how long though? Because we have Hawthorn in a few weeks on a Thursday. No, what am I looking at? Prizes. Message me on Instagram. Yeah, I haven't really been on Instagram a lot this week. I've only sort of replied a few people. So if there is a message that you were waiting on, I haven't just picked one person and decided not to reply to them. I'll get to that tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, I need to be better at that for sure. Sorry, mate. If it's urgent, just let me know. What are the prizes? A Tundra Platinum, 180. AFL. Well, I don't even know why I'm looking at this shit. I'm not gonna win the whole thing, but this is kind of interesting. What do you actually get? AFL Grand Final package for 2, valued at 5.5 grand. How can it be that expensive? Like, what do you get? Like do they give you the match ball after the game? Like, even then, do they get you in VIP areas to the post game after party? Like, why is it so fucking expensive? $20,000 in crypto. Yeah, knowing my luck, I'll win that, and then crypto tanks and it becomes like worth nothing. Runner up gets 10. Wait, that's all the grand prize. That's actually a pretty solid prize. Runner up prize 10 grand. But couldn't you just say you want the money? Or do you have to take the car? When's the next footy card video? You would like to know that I've got a footy box right now, and I'm going to open that very, very soon. So soon. Either probably on Monday next week. Because again, as I said before, I'm not going to completely burn myself out again and try and do everything all at once. I've got to keep a balance. So Monday sounds pretty realistic for when I can get that out. Because I'm working on another project at the moment. Little video that I think you guys probably will enjoy, those that have missed my content. Anyone reckon Hayden Young will grab goal in the half? I assume you've got him on as a bet or something. Probably. If Freo have to get going at some stage, he's going to be one of the players that probably will need to lift. Might need to kick a goal for them or two. So I'll hold to it. I think yes. Awarded to highest team value gets 6 grand in crypto. Weekly score gets an AFL. What? That's not even that good. Oh, wait, no, that's still not that good. Oh, yeah, you get one of those hats as well. All right, let's compare it to Supercoach. What do you win? Take my time. Do you want me to take it 2 months off then again? No, I know what you mean. Just being nice. Shy Bolton, yeah. Tell Shy Bolton to start lifting. He needs to lift because he's been definitely Freo are in need of a bit of a lift for this second half, or just stop 2 players and 2 players only. How shit was the weather in Melbourne? Yeah, terrible. Shit is. I had to be up at 7, and I seriously was dreading because I could hear the rain. I'm like, fuck this. But it was raining all day. But in the morning, it was like 5 degrees in the morning. I want to say. Felt like 5 degrees. Don't know why I'm reading into the prizes for Supercoach. I'm not going to win them, but kind of interested in it. Having a look. It is half time. The Wizard and Gunston too good. Well, yeah, you're not wrong. They're absolutely starring in this first half. And the Wizard, like, it feels like everyone talks him up before the week and all that, but it seems like he gets better every week when I watch him play. I have one of the greatest highlight reels of a player that's only played 50 games, definitely. No, I'm going to close the article and just get get back to whatever the chat is saying until the second half starts, and I've realised the time is still going. Had to wear 3 layers to feed the dogs today. Yeah, I definitely had to wear a couple of layers myself. I'm still wearing. The heater's normally never on in the house because of a couple of reasons, but it's on at the moment. And like I normally never put the heater on in the car because it does like churn through a lot of petrol and all that. And like normally not that cold in the car, but it was very cold in the morning. Zoe, what's going on? Yeah, how was the showdown for you? How was the whole experience? It would have been absolute whirlwind of emotions, especially if you were at the game, or I assume you were, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't really been on TikTok lots in the last few weeks, or just in general this year, but would have probably missed some posts. The Wizard is the new Sirioli. I mean, I still think a lot of people would have Cyril over the Wizard, at least so far in his career, but it could end up being that case. Vossi should get fucking sacked because he's shit. Did say in my video the other day, I did say that this should be the game that he does get sacked. Fitting, farewell, and he hasn't got a contract, so like he's a dead man walking. Just let him off. I mean, I don't know. Don't think it'll make a difference whether he Well, I don't think it'll make much of a difference, but they don't want to waste a year, so maybe just give him the boot soon, if not this week. Should it be 44, not 43? Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't add the behind from the Dockers. Nah, Darcy's just got a strong hatred for Michael Voss, and if you're a Carlton fan, I can understand that. I don't know if there's a single Carlton fan right now that's loving the Voss's work right now. Oh, it's okay. But yeah, next time probably best to not spam, but that's okay. It's all good. Yeah, 9 goals, 8 of them from the Wizard and Gunston. That's what I'm saying. You stop them in the second half, or if they didn't, like if they kick half their goals in the first half, Freo in front. But it isn't just that, in fairness. But they're finishing the job. The stats are pretty even, to be honest with you. For the most part, as I'm having a look at it right now, all the stats are even. So these two sides are definitely battling out at each other at the moment, though. The Dockers definitely need some of their stars to start stepping up. Let's have a look at fantasy. Sometimes I feel bad. Yeah, like I would feel bad for Voss. I don't think he's a bad bloke or anything. He's not like purposefully trying to tank his football club. I'm sure he's been putting in heaps of effort. It's not like he's going into his week everyday life or during game day and all that, just sitting back doing nothing, no work to help fix any issues or address the problem. Probably he's definitely got lots of sleepless nights, and it'd be hard for him. But like, it's a tough industry, and if you don't if the performances aren't there, the results don't show over time and time again, then you're normally out the door. Gunston knows where the ball will land, and he knows where to. Yeah, I know he's got one of the best senses as a forward in the league. His forward craft is amazing. Weird, because again, like we thought that he was kind of done as a player not that long ago. Did you hear about the Lockie Neal stuff? Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, I did. I don't know why Collingwood's the side that might read into that, and I'll see what I have to say about that. Actually, I did see that, but I've only seen a couple of things. I haven't really been reading lots of articles on it. And how realistic though? So because he's an unrestricted free agent, they reckon he's a chance to go. Like you would have thought if he's going to another club, it's West Coast, right? Because that's where he's That's where he's been linked to go back to Perth, right? Unless he wants to go to South Australia. But again, I don't think he's in any push to move. Depends on like how much he wants to get paid. He must have a bird down in Melbourne. Yeah, but Collingwood is not the only Victorian club that probably would want a Lachie Neale. I'm sure there'd be more clubs out there that'll probably take Lachie Neale who are in the hunt. And like, I don't think Collingwood adding in Lachie Neale is going to shoot them back into the premiership contention. Like, they're going to need more than just him. So as Jay Tomo joins, what do you think on the whole Lachie Neale Collingwood stuff? Because yeah, someone brought it up, and I figured I'd make a mention of it, but we'll see. It's probably not really going to eventuate, but it's just some talk, some early trade news. I firmly disagree with that. He was believed to come back to Western Australia. Yeah, I know. I thought that maybe he goes to West Coast because he's not going to Freo if he's going back to WA. But we'll see. He's in some really good form, so his value would go up, wouldn't it? How many touches for Lachie Neale on Friday night tomorrow? I'm going 35. Apparently, he averages 34 at the Gabba, so I'm going 35. That will also be a game I'll be streaming. The Brisbane Carlton one, maybe I have on the back burner, but certainly the other one. And we've definitely seen an abundance of these fucking double Friday games, which I'm not a huge. I wasn't a fan last week because we got two good games at the same time. And then we had another one, Geelong. Was it Geelong Bulldogs, GWS Sydney? And then next week we have two as well. And then the week after oh my fucking me. We have so many double Friday games. I thought it was over. Look, 2 tonight or 2 tomorrow. 2 on the next week for some reason. And then again, these games aren't. They're not that great on their own, but still. Richmond Essendon, Freo Saints. Finally, for once, this is going to be a game people are going to want to watch. But they're going to pump the shit out of this game, even though why would you watch it? It's a late start. Oh my God, 8:30. It's a very late start. But speaking of starts, the second half has started in the other game, and let's get into it. Hopefully for fantasy, Bolton and Sarong lift. Particularly Bolton. Sarong's actually been okay, given the amount of people that have gotten rid of it. Jesse says, I don't reckon he's a player we need, but he'd be here. Well, you don't need him, because I don't think a player that's going to finish his career in a couple of seasons is necessarily a target for you guys. But I think it was it McRae that said he'd take Lachie Neale if he had to. Lockman, though, I appreciate your member for 100 games for 56 months. I did see that. I just forgot to take note of it. Appreciate it a lot. Good to see you battling on well, mate. Bon is a freak. Yeah, well, he's playing, isn't he, right? Or is he a chance to not play tomorrow? If he doesn't play tomorrow, good luck having any chance of winning, I feel, if you're Bulldogs. Because if, like, seriously, without the Bond, they'd be so much worse off. We'll see, though. I think he's definitely playing, unless a late out occurs. But that was speculation on that. Jesse reckons Gunson could be. I said he could be on for 10. He won't finish on 10. This is not a game I would expect a player to kick 10. Imagine kicking 10 goals against one of the best sides in the comp away in Perth, when they have one of the best defenses in the league. I think they might be number one, but they're giving up a lot of space. Speaking of Gunson, here he is. Oh no, no, never mind. I think he's on the bench. Dreamtime should be on the Saturday night. It'd be a better idea for the AFL if that was the case, but Is it because of the new broadcast deal they're not having it on Saturday? Or couldn't they just take the rights of that game? Because you're never going to have Dreamtime that's not on Channel 7. Ever. So I'm guessing that's why. But Dreamtime just feels like it should just be on that Saturday night. That's just how it's been that way for ages. It's not like the sides have gotten any better since. They've just been really hard to watch. He is young. Let's see if he gets his goal at the... who was it in the chat? Speedy wanted. Let's see. Dudley, good tackle. Come on, I'm cheering on Freo in their second half. I do like them more than Hawthorn, and I want them to get up. Don't care that much about the tip because everyone's tipped Freo, so it's not like I've gone against the grain. Cheers, J Tomo. 2 years, fucking long ass duration. Especially given the last few months, there hasn't been much members stuff at all really out. So yeah, no, thank you. I'll have to repay the favour sooner rather than later. Do you think Patrick Cripps will leave Carlton anytime soon? I'd consider trading him if I was Carlton, but it's up to him, right? It's probably not the club's decision to make, is it? Tracy, good stuff. Tracy will. David King said he had hands like bloody Carey. He hasn't seen a player with hands quite like anyone since Carey, so that's a huge claim to make. I think he's a top 3 forward of the game, and he's definitely elevated himself this season. But let's see if he gets this through, because he's kicked had a couple of shots on goal. One's gone one way, one's gone the other. And this has gone right. He's missed. He's got a Huntsman. Wayne Carey's on my bedroom. Hopefully not the Wayne Carey post 2002. Yeah, I don't think Cripps leaves Carlton. They can't just get rid of every single player in their team. Otherwise, they'll be terrible for even longer. AFL must be in a mental health rant. Yeah, I don't see the reason for it not being like considered. I'd definitely be for it 100%. It's important. Raise a lot of awareness, and I think it's needed. But apparently they're not considering it. So that's another L from the AFL. Speaking of L, that's a shitty kick. Weddle, speak of shitty kick, he doesn't know how to hit bloody barn door if he tried. Couldn't hit the side of a barn door. Slow game at the moment. Ginnivan goes long down the line. And that's going out of bounds? No. Bodie Ryan, new into the side, and he hits up Lewis. Exciting stuff. Where's Gunston? Oh, he's going for home. That's a goal. Didn't get anywhere near it, the Dockers defenders. Wow. Poor defending, I would have thought. I actually met Kerr the other... Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know if he's what he's like in real life, but I don't think he's the best of blokes, to be honest. For obvious reasons, but maybe he was a good guy when you met him, if you did. But it fucks my big call up, as you can maybe see on the bottom. Margin won't go over 16. Well, it obviously has. Surely Hawthorn don't win this comfortably, but I could honestly, this is a Hawthorn thing to do. You know, another game where they've been written off in a way. Not necessarily written off, but no one's tipping them to win because of Freo's home advantage. Plenty of time left to go in this game, but got to start lifting here, the Dockers. And in the middle, Hawthorn are really getting on top right now. Where are their ball winners, Freo? They have a strong midfield. What's going on? No, that's all good, mate. I haven't really had much of a chance to look at all that stuff. Trotting on. Maybe I have, but I probably haven't if it's a new channel. Still sort of hoping Bolton can because I now don't just need him for fantasy. I need him to make an impact for the sake of the game. He's been awfully quiet. Oh, it's good to see you on the chat, Andy. I say I was sort of waiting for you to join at some stage because I know you're a fan of the Thursday nights, and I know I haven't. But I've had yeah, I'd be if you're interested to know like what's been going on. I'd be down to have a chat. But I've had a great week for myself, so yeah, I thought it's a good time to come back and stream, and I've got a couple of videos that I've actually started working on. By a couple more, just the one, but one more than I had for any other part of the last 8 weeks. So, yeah, I'm glad you're in, and hopefully you're going well also. I have appreciated the messages, and I hope I haven't been too late in responding. That's been something I've, as part of this whole thing, I've sort of been avoiding lots of the social media stuff, but don't want to do that. It's not helping me. Anyways, Hawthorn get the inset mark, 20 points. I do have the fantasy points on the bottom screen as well. I don't know if you got any plays for yourself. I still have Sarong, who now is boosted up to 56, so I'll refresh that. Have Freo been poor? Well, if you've seen this, I don't know if you've seen like the stats or any highlights, but Gunston's kick 5, Steam edits. I'm gonna have to hide. I'm gonna time you out for that. It might seem harsh, but I've got to stay consistent on my rules. I don't allow spammers to just get away with that. They've definitely been sloppy. Like they've been poor in the midfield, especially as of late, and defensively they haven't been able to stop Watson making too many silly mistakes in defense. Watson's getting on top, and Gunston's kicked 5 goals as well. Birdie right. He's been poor fantasy a while, but I think he's done some decent things. I mean, I still have fucking Sarong. I was going to trade him out, but if he can make 100, I'll take. I'll take anything over 100. He's currently on 56, and he was on like 30 late into the second quarter, so I'll take that. But I've got Shy Bolton in my team. It's weird because I was going to trade him out as well on the week that he scored 138. I think that was the week he won the medal against Carlton. So I'm like, all right, no, he's staying. And then he had a good performance against Bulldogs, but didn't score massively. And yeah, he's not been any influence in this game, so he's not scoring, obviously. 21. Hawthorn make it look so easy to free up the field and toy with the opposition. Because they've got such good ball users, that's why. Mate, I don't know. It's a real test for Freo. I don't know if they're a side that can come back from big deficits and when they're really against the wall. Because right now they're really against the wall. Maybe Freo are frauds. I think they'd be considered frauds if they lose this by a considerable margin. Hawthorn, who do they have next week? Not sure. Can't remember. Melbourne. That will be a game that you'd want to watch. Probably almost certainly going to be 100 apiece. I feel like every second Melbourne game will be like 150 to 130. Watson. Oh my God. Oh. So dangerous, Watson. He's had 8 disposals. It felt like he's definitely had more than that. No worries, Sarah. Good to see you back. What other games will be streamed this round? Friday night. So if you're free on Friday night, and then Saturday night for the Saints game. No Darwin trip again. not. I said it before. I didn't want to make the trip up because it was really expensive, and I would have gone just by myself. And it means I can actually spend Mother's Day for once with my mum. Freo haven't been a good fantasy team apart from Luke Jackson. Yeah, Luke Jackson's on 85 at the moment. He's actually overtaken. Gunston hasn't scored a point since his last goal. Funnily enough. Watson again. Watson's everywhere. Every time I look down and look back up, I see Nick Watson got with the footy. It's dangerous. I'm very worried when we play the Hawks. I think that, again, I genuinely think we can beat any side, though. Which is weird enough. I think because we've been in every game we've played, the Saints. So, I don't know if it's blind optimism, but I think I did tip us to beat Gold Coast, so we'll see. Melbourne were a sleeper team coming into the season. Have exceeded everyone's expectations. Yeah, I don't want to look back at what I've got in terms of my predictions, because I know I had them pretty low. It's what happens when you bring in a new coach, fresh mind and all that shit. Yeah, broken tackle stat as well, 15-0. Like, that's massive. Obviously, Hawthorn doing much better when it comes to that. And Freo just haven't been able to apply the tackling pressure well enough at all. Mate, Freo, maybe they are... No, it still is a lot of time left in this game, but maybe they are a bit overrated. 2 goals since the first quarter. Oh, they've got players here. McDonald. Sarong held without it. Good tackle. Don't be high. Oh, I say that because it's fantasy points. He's now on... he'd be on 60 now after that, I reckon. Freo were frauds. I've said it since the day they beat us. Well, who do you support again? Who do you actually support? Is it Melbourne? Can't remember. Well, everyone has them right now as one of only 2 or 3 other sides to win the flag. And they could still win the flag even if they lose tonight. But yeah, no, they definitely haven't been able to prove the test against one of the top sides. They never have been able to do that, to be honest. Against a real top 4 side. When was the last time they beat a top 4 team at home? They're actually better at doing that away. Here's Young. Here's Reid. Murphy Reid. Who I do have in my Supercoach draft team. What's he got? Murphy Reid has 52. That's... So it's probably better than what he normally gets, so I'll take it. Oh, doggies. Yeah, but they are still when they get 5-10 minutes of their game going, you know, they can blow a game away. So they're going to need this to happen in this game. Miss 50 out. All right, that's a goal. Yep, there we go. Not out of it. By no means are the Dockers, only 16 points, and we know what they can do. They can kick multiple goals quickly. Well, they haven't been... I don't think they've had enough entries. This quarter, they've had like 1 or 2, so they've actually been efficient with a goal in the first couple of entries this quarter. They've been very... they've just had few opportunities in this quarter, so that's a start. 16 points. They need to start winning it more out the middle, Freo. Because this quarter, from what I've seen, even if the stats don't seem that way, they have not been winning good enough clearances in the middle. So what is it? 16 points. Let's see what the Dockers can do. Where is Bolton? He's had no influence. McDonald turns it over. There he is. Give it back to him. He's got another stat. 2 handballs. Murphy Reid. He can hit a target. Not really. Young's there. A miss. Erasmus, and Frederick. Now they're starting to feel a little more dangerous. I'd want to, but I haven't thought of anything out yet, like planned anything out. But I do have, they're not really challenge videos. There are other videos that I will film. But, yeah, challenge videos, yeah, obviously they're fun to film and shit. And haven't done any of them yet, but I'd definitely like to. I'll have to figure it out. Well, that could be a free kick against. There is still one from last year that I haven't released, so I could easily just edit that first. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'll edit that one first before I release any others. I certainly, yeah, they let my creativity shine when I get those videos out. How was that True Footy stream, by the way? I was on it. I saw you in it for a bit. How did that overall perform? Pretty neat that they got over the they were able to stream live from location. Would maybe catch that stream back to see how the full event went. If it's still going, maybe I even wouldn't be still going. I wouldn't have thought. Well, I don't think that's their forte, that sort of stuff, the local footy content. But if they're either A, expanding, or B, maybe it was just too good of an opportunity to pass up, because I'm sure they would have probably gotten something out of it. Either maybe a free beer tab or whatever, bar tab. Could be enough of an incentive to give it a go, but it's a good opportunity. But it wasn't as busy as usual. Well, there were tech difficulties. That might have had something to do with it. But what more can you expect, really? It's something different. Freo chant ringing around Optus here. Trying to bring their side back into this, because obviously at the moment they're down and out a little bit. It's a good crowd. Because think about it, this game would have started at 6:30 p.m. on a Thursday. There'd be people that wouldn't be able to make it because of work. That's actually a pretty interesting point, actually. That's almost too early for some people. So a very good crowd, but it is Perth. Perth is kind of smaller. Voss, that's good tackle. Newcomb gets rid of it. Bolton needs to be clean. He is actually. He's one of those players that breaks tackles better than anyone. I haven't really been watching much YouTube at all, like as a recent. Yeah, I guess because I've been not as consistent on YouTube, I've sort of just taken a backward step from it. And the thought of YouTube just makes me remind myself of like the fact that I haven't been at my best, if you know what I mean. So I haven't really been on YouTube as much, but I'll see what people have been getting up to. If you got any, I mean, I've been watching the odd videos here and there, but not like religiously anyone really over the last couple of months. And likewise in a way with short form, which is odd. Odd. Unfortunately, long form content has completely fallen off nowadays. Yeah, it's not something that I like that much. I still probably prefer a long form video over a short form video every day of the week. But it's certainly easy to consume short form. You hate shorts. While certain shorts can just be spammy and shitty and just absolute brain rot slop, which I don't consume that stuff any. Like I used to be on Reels and TikTok, and I'd scroll and find it a waste of my time, but I actually really don't do that anymore at all. Which part is mainly good, but in a way it's bad, because sometimes actually, I should probably watch this game. If something big happens, and I'm talking about TikTok Reels, Weddle takes the mark, and I assume he'll chip it around for a bit, but I'm actually not so confident he'll hit a target here, Weddle. Goes long down the line. And he hasn't hit a target. Cox will get the footy back. That's all right. I've forgotten what I was talking about. Freo getting inside 50 and Impey marks. Sarong is I think he's going to build his way into an 100, which I'll take. I will take 100 from Sarong, as I said before. Bolton's now on 29. He hasn't even made it up more than 8. 100% short form is just low quality gut. Not all short form is, but obviously not all, but yeah, it's a lot easier to go big and grow and all that on a short form platform. A lot of low effort stuff I see and go, man, that doesn't deserve to be as successful and as popular as it is. But normally it's very hard to maintain relevancy even if you go viral on short form. Or me. Oh, that's a good kick. That's a mark. What the fuck? Sarong's kicked it, and unless it hit the ground there, that looked like a mark to Murphy Reid. That was close to not being paid the non-mark. It's main way to gain revenue, so I doubt it'll change. Yeah, you don't get a lot through the through ads or anything like that. So you many accounts probably don't make anything from what they post, to be honest. You can make a million views of video and still get nothing. So 3 minutes 22. Fremantle have had the last probably 10 minutes of the game on their terms. Nothing's really come from it so far, apart from the one goal. But they're looking more dangerous. Sarong's looking a little bit more impactful. Bolton's looking a little bit more impactful. He breaks another tackle, and he's been caught. Oh, no. Thankfully not. Really? I did. So that's how off the loop I was. I didn't even know about that. Last year, I'd be knowing everything. Yeah, Eddie Corns. He's a great mind. I want to get Druzy. I want to get either on his stream or him on my stream. I have spoken to Druzy about it this year. Here we go. Hawthorn are going to get a transition here. Gunston. Who's deep for them though? The Hawks. Moore. Can almost go back to Gunston. Weddle's made a mistake there. Kicks it over. Sarong's been really quiet this year. Well, he hasn't needed to be as big of a star, to be honest. They've got other players now that they can sort of fill that role. But I don't think he's been that bad at all. But he hasn't been as good as some of his other years. Been inconsistent in various games. But in this game, he's actually been pretty solid. He's actually starting to elevate. Which is good. Don't like Kane Corn's takes, but he's a good bloke. I don't think anyone likes every take that Kane Corns makes, let's be honest. But I don't think, yeah, I actually respect a lot of the stuff he says. But I know a lot of the times he says it, he might not think it's actually something that he believes. Maybe he does, but it's just for clicks and huge statements and all that stuff. That's ball. I shouldn't pay 50 for that. Read the room, umpire. Thought we were in for maybe a bit of a shootout after the first 10 or 15 minutes of this game. It's dried up a lot, the scoring. Credit in a way to Freo for limiting Gunston and Watson's impact in the second half, but still. I think it's only been like 1 goal apiece this quarter. Yeah, shit kick. Wasted it there. Probably would like the next one in this quarter, Freo. I still think this is going to go down to the last 5 minutes where we won't know the winner. I really still feel that. Watson, so hard to tackle. Oh, it's a high ball. Who's up? Should have fisted over the line for a point if they could have. Yeah, I don't really watch Millionaire Dollar Hot Seat. Unless it was like on after the I don't know, when I was at my grandparents' house maybe back in the day. Then I would watch it. That and the Chase, but the Chase is on anyways. Anywhere you go to a coin laundry, the Chase is on. So 1 minute 10. Hawthorn will be happy with this. Freo will be a bit nervous right now. Good Sarong. Dropped it. Play on. D'Ambrosio. The pressure's gone up. Good work. Good work, Sarong. Man, if only I bloody had a Bolton star, I would have actually been happier with this fucking game fantasy-wise. It's just frustrating. They've been alright. I'd probably say my grandma's in a better spot, but obviously still has the dementia and shit. But she's now in a aged care center, and yeah, it's sometimes a little bit sad to see how she is, but she's not in the hospital. That's good at least. Give it a Sarong. But I guess one good thing in a sense is that it's brought the family together a little bit. But I don't know, that's considered a good thing. All right, that's it for the quarter. 15 points at 3/4 time. I thought it was a pretty solid quarter. It just not heaps happen. First half was certainly more happened in it for sure. I'd only see it in the background but never got into watching it. What's this? Oh, like, hot seat, I see him. Well, he's probably got so many other things going on with his life that he probably can't juggle all of these commitments. So he's probably fair enough for old Eddie Maguire. All right, well, let's drop your predictions in the last quarter. Who has a big last quarter for Freo to help them win the game? Because right now, why is this not the right score? Yeah, right now they're not going to do it with the way they've been playing. They need to just an elevate. Something needs to happen. A spark. First 5 minutes of the last quarter. Because yeah, otherwise, yeah, I'm going Hawthorn. They'll be strong enough. They've been better for 3 quarters. Bolton and Reed. I still think Bolton. Yeah. I mean, he got a little bit going later in the My fucking God, what's going on with this fantasy thing? Why is it not updating Sarong's score? It's saying he has 76. I know he has 83. Definitely Bolton. I mean, his form this year has been great, but starting to slowly get it back into it, getting involved in a few more chains and breaking some tackles. He's had 14 of the 14 disposals, but still hasn't really been as impactful with his not many kicks. 81 meters gained is quite low for 3 quarters. Hayden Young hasn't had a massive impact either. Reed I thought has been alright, but only one multiple goal kicker in a miss. Tracy's only kicked the one, so he definitely could have a big last quarter, and that could be, kick 2 or 3 goals. He's the reason they win. Freeney to kick an early goal to have a chance, bring the momentum early and get some. I definitely think they need an early goal. If they don't kick the first goal of the last quarter, I will struggle to see them win big time. Personally would like Freo to win, but for the sake of my tip, please Hawthorn. Well, if you tipped Hawthorn badly enough, I would have assumed you liked them more, to be honest, because most did go the Dockers. But yeah, I'll be cheering on Freo because I want a good finish to the game, and they need to come back. They need a bit of a resurgence. They haven't been awful, but Hawthorn just done enough, haven't they? Essendon playing Saturday afternoon. No, they're playing GWS, who might be changing their name. I'm sure that's been something you guys have probably had a look at. If not, the Giants might be changing their name from GWS to, I think, NSW. Just the NSW Giants, the New South Wales Giants. I'm pretty sure that's their name. So, I mean, that's, I think, to sort of further connect them to the state as opposed to just the greater Western Sydney area, which is a shit name, to be fair. GWS, that is. But it's going to be hard to, if they do change it, like, what are we going to call them now? What do you call it? Just the Giants. You just call them the Giants. G'day, Lenny. What's going on, mate? I think the Hawks will win tonight. Low scoring game, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunate, but you probably don't want every single game to be a complete shootout because then it loses its I guess it loses its charm a little bit. Like if every single game is a high scoring game, then they're not as like exclusive because shootouts don't happen that often. They've been happening more this year, but like when it happens, it's like, geez, this is great, but it could end up being too much if it happens in so many games. But I like shootouts. But yeah, these are good games. These can still be good games if they're lower scoring. If I want to play for the Animals, I'll play for the Animals. But I haven't put in any. I've said I would play, and I'd never actually talked about training. I didn't put the effort. Like personally, I just did. I probably wasn't going to in the state I was in, anyways. So I don't know if it's probably too late to play the season, but I definitely, if they're doing it next year, I'll, commit earlier. And maybe do some preseason training or whatever. But yeah, I reckon I'll play a game or two later in the year. I'm sure Lenny hopefully will be on board for that, but I'm gonna just work on myself in the next month, build a bit of a ground. Just feel a little bit fitter and shit like that because I've been doing that the last week and a bit, and then we'll see. But not a full year. It's already round 3 or 4. It's not happening. Why can't Giants be Western Sydney Giants? Just about the greater part. Yeah, I don't know why it was GW, the Greater Western Sydney. Sounds quite corporate, doesn't it? Almost doesn't sound like a footy side or a sports organisation. Did you watch the 97? I'm not that old, mate. I'm 97 grand final. I'm not in my 30s, clearly. But like I've watched. I think I actually watched the replay because it was a punishment. The commentators are still hyping this game up, and it's still been a solid game, but probably not as exciting as I was expecting after halftime, especially. Freo do get the first centre clearance though. They got the ball inside their 50. I then want to include Canberra in the club name with greater. Well, by making themselves the New South Wales Giants, if that's what they are going to do, it's not bringing Canberra at all. Maybe it means there'll be more of a chance Canberra's the 20th side. I don't know. Sarong pushing the back. 86 he's on now. You know the feeling though, you a player that you didn't expect to perform well performs well, but you've got another spud on the same team that absolutely just bombs, and it's hard to actually enjoy their score. Bring in New Zealand as a team. That'll never work. I don't know if you actually would like to see New Zealand as an AFL side, but they should have continued the New Zealand experience. I don't know why they stopped those games that the Saints played that we didn't win a single freaking game. Sarong has been actually their best player in this game. And it's not because I've been closely looking into him. He has lifted beyond what I thought he was capable of, which is probably not true because he's a good player, but he's been everywhere. What a start to the quarter. Great. That's like 12 points already in a couple of minutes. The last Essendon game I got to actually was March. Oh, that infamous Cherry Blood game. That's the way I describe it because it wasn't nothing else happened in that game. Are you still doing the crazy streams and I haven't been doing that at the moment. I haven't really been in that space yet. But we'll see if what happens in the back end of the year. I don't really want to just bring one of those streams back randomly and have it do, because it's the sort of stream that you sort of need to be knowing the stream and the content and the audience is enjoying it for it to actually be something I can continue in doing on the stream. Because if the stream tanks or whatever, if you know what I like, if I'm back after a long kind of hiatus, it's probably going to do shit. So I'm going to wait a bit for that. I don't know if I'm going to want to do as many, but if I do, I'll have to do a few things differently. But I definitely enjoyed them last year. Not all of them, but we'll see. I don't know how many trips I'm making interstate though late in the year. It's only issue. If there were a lot of interstate trips late in the year, we don't have any. We've got like none. The Saints Teddy was a... Oh, that's that's a penguin. But yeah, that was a present, I think. Like a Christmas present a few years ago. Bring back the Channel 7 deal or no deal, and bring back Andrew O'Keefe. The reason he's in jail because he couldn't find another job because 7 fired him, but it wasn't fair. He didn't get a farewell. I don't know about that story, but good to know. They should. I agree with you. I agree with you. Paddock kid in my class and footy team has joined. Did you tell him to join, Lenny, or has he randomly joined? Because the odds of that happening are kind of low, to be honest. Which I want to know. I want to try and guess who it is. Is it Iggy? It is. It's Iggy James. Lenny's the GOAT. Lenny is the GOAT. The GOAT coach. Oh, they kicked me out of the Facebook group chat because I wasn't active in it at all. I wasn't even responding to the messages. And obviously I wasn't registered, so I actually don't know I don't even know how you guys have been doing this year. I know you lost the first game. I'm assuming you would have been pretty young. Not sure what you're referring to. Bolton. Kick it more, mate. Seriously. Handball merchant. He's actually had the most amount of handballs on the field. Fucking hell. Lol, fluked 2 flags. Are we saying Adelaide fluked 2 flags? It feels like they sort of did fluke 2 flags. Like they had outs heading into the games, and they were behind, and I think they were behind in both grand finals and perhaps 2 of the prelims. But everything clicked for them when they were playing in the finals, and it just worked. So I'd say credit to them. But I don't care because it happened that long ago that it didn't affect me. But I probably would have been more salty if it was like recently. I was asking if you got to experience it. Yeah, I experienced it. I remember watching the game. The first game, I remember watching it at like a house party or whatever. Probably wouldn't watch the Saints if they played a grand final at a house party now. But the second game, the replay, we got tickets because it was easy to get tickets. Because members got a much greater chance of getting tickets. The first game, like it was very hard to get tickets because it was a Collingwood game particularly. But we got to go, but don't know if I'm glad that we ended up going. Good work, Bolton. Unfortunately, you're still shitting the bed in fantasy. Really hot footy right now. This game's actually been pretty... Like, it's low scoring, but it's hard to keep your eye away from it. Just, I guess, if nothing's happening, I could probably afford to look at the chat every now and then. Another turnover. It's just ponging back and forth here. Give it a Sarong, you prick. No, never. Actually, don't. Don't. You turn the ball over if you do that. They should find a mark. They're in better position here. Good work, Battle. I'll tell you what. That was great defending. Coach Lenny's on track. Well, he still plays. What do you prefer, playing footy or coaching, Lenny? Because obviously you've got genuine skills, and while I'm coaching, you probably have skills in playing. I have never watched you play. Jackson from the ruck misses the lot. They've definitely lifted here, Freo. They travelled every finals game. How can they be that? How can that be a fluke? They won the flag again. It's because they didn't finish top. They were not that good in the home and away season, I assume. Like, I reckon if they played that game 10, like if the grand final was played 10 more times, how many times would they have won it again? I don't know. Probably not more than a few. Jackson. Bolton. He actually hasn't been that bad this quarter, but I'm still pissed of his score. Ryan. Not a bad kick. Actually, well, it didn't float well. But sure, Sarong. No. Oh, my God. I'm actually supporting the Dockers here, wanting something. The Crows lost one final, and they would have lost. Okay, then they would have lost was the qualifying final, whatever the new, well, not the new, the system they had when first played fourth, second played, was that in 1998? Because if so, then they probably would have, lost that one, won a semi. Then they beat the Dogs, right, in 1998. I don't care enough to look, but I've now committed to look at this because I want to know if I'm right. It was 4th, 5th back then, so I wasn't even right. Was it 4th, 5th back then? I didn't. They must have changed it. I think they changed it 2000. I'm guessing they did. They did beat the Bulldogs. Yeah, I remember that game. Not remember it live, but I do remember watching that game back at some stage, and even at a stage early as Bolton started to lift here. Good for the score. Don't handball it, you dickhead. Reed. Misses. Oh my God. They're frustrating this. This is old Freo. Just wasting chances. Oh, did Crows lose the first showdown? You know they didn't. You know they didn't. I mean, no, they did. Yeah, no, Port. Yeah, was it Port? Of course it was Port. Yeah, Port won. They kicked the winner with like 30 seconds to go. Josh Carr was acting now if they won, so they did. I should probably update these fantasy points. They're a little bit behind. Both trash. Can you watch me play footy? Wow, I'm honoured to have been asked that question by so many people. But if everyone wants me to watch them play footy, I'd probably be asking other people. But maybe I'm the best that they have the chance to hope that I will watch them play. Not sure where you play your games though, mate. So it'd be a bit hard. Well, surely Hawthorn make them pay here. Sarong's already on 100. Oh, yep, Gunston. This will hurt. What did I say earlier? Freo need to kick the first goal of this last quarter. Haven't kicked the no goals yet. And of course, The guy that's kicked 5 in the first half has all that space out in front. They're in trouble. Both teams basically goalless for 2 quarters. Weak they aren't. Grand final material. Trash. I don't listen to comments like that. Very garbage statement there you made as Hawthorn moved to a 19-point margin now. Because Freo just couldn't take their chances. And I've given Freo a free score. I don't deserve that free score. Yeah, well, I wouldn't have predicted this type of game. I'm going to be honest with you. $19 points now, and it's almost now or never. Almost now or never for a Fremantle point of view, because they've got to now kick 4 goals. Football Cards made a good video on the first showdown. So I haven't seen so much content that it's probably not worth going back and looking back at what I missed on. I'm just going to have to catch up from current. Here we go, Dockers. Come on. Come on. This is meant to be one of the best games of the year so far. It was talked up heavily. Can't end up being a shit one. Gunston's on track for 10 before this slow. Yeah, he had 5 at 15 minute mark of the second quarter, didn't he? Come on, Tracy. 1-3. That's 1-4. Well, they're not winning. Put a line through them. They're done. Put a line through the Dockers. They're not winning this game. If they win this game, I'll fucking do an overnights. No, I won't. I won't do that. I'm not doing that. Not running the risk. Because then I won't want to cheer them on. Come on, Bolton. He does look lively every time he goes near the footy, though. Did you, if you wouldn't have fielded Ryan, though, right? Andy, there's no way you would have fielded Ryan. Come on. Oh, it's not that's not a good kick at all. Good Jackson. All right, they've got space. Go to Frederick. Go to Frederick. Keep running. Go for home. Who's in the square? It's Voss? Oh, Voss is useless. He's a prancing prat, not a prancing pony. Fucking hell. You've got to just convert those. Seriously. Did he? Well, I would hope for Hawthorn's sake that he's not injured, Gunston. When did he limp into the rooms, mate? YouTubers watching prefer reactions from people who don't know anything now. You're not wrong. They can only form an opinion / reaction based on other people. It's the way the world is, isn't it? My mum opened a case on Deal or No Deal. Well, give me a link to the episode so I can watch the episode with JM Games 74's mum on it. I assume you'd be pretty excited for next Wednesday, chappy. Be the first time a lot of us would have caught up all year, which is crazy. Ryan, I assumed would have been on your bench. So it's not that bad then. I mean, if your team was that much in turmoil where you had to field them, then I feel for you. Come on. Another chance here for Freo. They'd look dangerous, but their entries are average. Battle dropped it. Bolton might want a high. Hasn't kicked one yet. The prancing fucking pony. Give it to Tracy. And he kicks a goal! He's got it! The big kahuna. All right. 11 points. And they're in this game now. Maybe they'll kick the next couple. Run over the top of them. What's that game? Yeah, I don't know a lot of it. But that's the excitement. There's going to be a lot of unknown about it. It's cool. I know where and when and all that. But yeah, I'm not going to lie. I sort of forgot about it for a good couple of weeks. It's in 6 days, isn't it? It's crazy. Yeah, it's not necessarily. I don't know who actually organised it, but I think Ryder was a big part of it. Believe. Big goal though for Tracy. 2 goals now he has. 2-4. He can still make a presence in this game. And Fremantle are honestly looking more dangerous. They are. And that's why I still think they are the side that I think are better of the two. And now they're finally getting on top. Good work, Sicily. The defence has been very good. Rock solid. You coming to Bentley on Sunday? I will go to a Bentley game. I've got Mother's Day on Sunday. I haven't really looked into the fixture yet. I wish I had the link to my mum's till. It doesn't matter if it's bad quality. It's still quality enough for me to watch and sit down and rip it apart. Dissect and analyse. Here we go. Oh, it's just a nothing entry. Just because you've got tall forwards doesn't mean you just kick the ball high and hope. Doesn't always work. Pierce will get the free and they won't pay the advantage. 6 minutes and 46 here. The Dockers are making another press. Gunston, yeah, I think he was off, Finn, but he's back on now. Well, he's going to be back on very soon. Clark finds a target. Great kick. But you've kicked it to the wrong man because Voss can't kick to save his life. So this is going through for a point. It's good timing. Mate, I'll expect to see you dominate. Good thing is with myself, no one's got high expectations unless people think that just because I'm a no name that I'm good. I think I've got all right skills, but I haven't kicked the footy in like all year. Come on, Voss. Oh, I told you. I told you. He shouldn't be played. He shouldn't be picked. Why pick the bloke? Really out of form. Oh, I was so right. 8 goals, 15. That will very well come back to haunt them if they don't win it from here. Cox. Newcomb. I haven't checked Newcomb's game, but he's been not very impactful at all. So I'm kind of annoyed about that because I've got him in my draft team. Oh, I had no idea it was your 18th, Luke. You probably made a post or something about it, but happy birthday. Wow. Yeah, 18. Still got so much of your life to live. Vossi is so useless. Not the only Voss that's useless. Who's more useless currently? With what they're meant to be doing in their role. Probably still Michael, because Patrick Voss's role is not as major in the whole grand scheme of things. My birthday is the 28th of... Not too far away. My mum's birthday was last Friday. So that was good. Well, I think I said with 5 minutes to go on, when the 5-minute period of the last quarter comes, that the game will be in the balance, and I think I'm right about that. The game is certainly still in the balance here. Jackson, he rips it away. Voss, the prancing pony, has no confidence in his game. He gives off to Frederick, and Freddie kicks the goal. Come on, Dockers. Celebrate, my friend. 4 points now. Come on. Jackson's been doing everything for them. Probably their best player. Him and Sarong, I think, have been their two best. And Voss has been Hawthorn's best. Saturday night will be a good game. Our Gold Coast Saints, I'm looking forward to that. I'll be all over that game. Oh, maybe I'll tune into the ending of Collingwood Geelong as well. We'll see. No, but I think both games should be good. It probably would have been better if GWS Essendon was the game that was duplicated and we got to see the full extent of both games. But for whatever freaking reason, the Darwin game's always at night. Oh, it's Wharfie time here at Optus. Every time they play this, it intimidates the opposition. We lost after Wharfie time. Look at the inside 50 count. 16-2 in the last quarter. Jackson. Oh, Young gets absolutely crushed. Tracy, that could be ball. No, a miss. To put them in front. Dockers are in front. Can you believe it? This is crazy stuff from the Dockers. Scenes at Optus Stadium. Holy fuck, what a contest. 17-2 and inside 50s. They're absolutely obliterating them here in this quarter. Well, I take back what I said about Freo. They're a good side and they can do good things when they need to. Wharfie time, they never lose with it on. Ever. Well, I'm sure they have, but in my mind they haven't. 8-1 they'll be if they win this. Hawthorn will sort of fall back into the, well, almost the outside of the top four, actually. They won't, but what's there? 3 minutes 40. Well, right now it's hard to see Hawthorn winning. They've got to win it out the middle. Gunson is back on the ground though, so they've got a target in 50. Cam McKenzie, get rid of it, mate. Oh, it's almost ball. Oh, it wasn't. I mean, it was. Yeah, it was probably on the ball, but that was a very late call. Oh, it's the Wharfie times of shit. If you're watching the game, which I don't know if you are, they put it on at home games if the margin's within like 10 points or whatever, like with 5 minutes to go, to sort of like surge the Dockers on and get the crowd behind them, and it's sort of like trying to give them back the momentum or whatever. I think other clubs do it in other leagues, but yeah, I didn't know what it was when I went there last year, and I dealt with it the hard way, unfortunately. We do have a game. Hopefully Hawthorn can actually fight back and kick a goal, and then Freo have to respond. That would make things even more exciting. Newcomb has been just not that impactful for them. Not in this half, at least. Better first half. Tip the Hawks. He went against the grain because all the media analysts that I've been watching throughout the week have all gone the Dockers. Good work, Bolton. Good work, Reid. Newcomb fucks it up with a smother. Murphy Reid. A miss is there. They've got... Oh, I said they had the numbers. Frederick could kick another here. Come on. He's got it. Wow, it's Frederick's day. He's kicked his third. And he's kicked 2 clutch goals. And it's hard to stop them now. I really don't think they're going to drop it from here. 81 to 73. Who smothered it? Was it Jackson? It was Jackson. That smother is well, could end up being what gave him the goal. It probably was. Turned the ball over and got the ball back through Murphy Reid. Jesus, Hawthorn will be hit hard after this game. I tell you what, they've got Melbourne next week at the G. That's no certainty. Nah, Fidget, you don't accept a loss from here. I don't know why you would say that. I know Freo fans probably expect the worst outcome because that's just what they've always grown up with and known, but this is a different Freo look. This side is going to be capable of a lot this year. Mate, they could end up winning this by 20 points. Well, if they kick another goal, they'll have sealed it from here if it's a mark. Young. Well, it's a push in the back. Wow, that's it. I reckon that's the ball game. I didn't call the overnight stream. It was very close to, though. I don't know if Hawthorn have kicked a goal this... Well, they had yeah, Gunston's kicked 6 goals in a losing side here. They did kick the first goal of the last quarter. Well, technically, it's not over yet. I guess if this doesn't go through, it's not over till the fat lady sings. There is still enough time. Young, you need this goal, mate. I didn't time you out. I didn't time anyone out. And that's it. That is it. Wrap it up. The Dockers are home. And comprehensively, they're going to win this game by a fair margin. Fucking hell, this Fremantle side is scary. Scary, I tell you. If Young, yeah, well, that's what I said. They could end up kicking out 1 or 2 more goals. This is exactly what they're capable of. When the game needs it, when they're down and out, they need a bit of a resurgence. They can expect it to happen every week now. It's what they've been able to do very consistently this season so far. Freo. Jackson has got it again. Again, Jackson. Reed, he's probably kicked this. He's got it. I'm surprised they can go through. And they're on 88. Not that long ago, they were on like 45. They were like struggling to score. Like badly struggling to score. You had 9 out of 9 last week. Tonight's already... Yeah, I noticed you had 9 out of 9. You were one of the best performers from last week. I'm actually surprised you didn't go the power. Tracy's doing it on both ends. So disappointing for Hawthorn. Really disappointing. Yet they've absolutely killed all the stats in this last quarter. Oh, what a mark. Was that not paid? Watson. Forgot about him after... I literally have forgotten his name since the first half. Well, I tipped Freo by 7. I did say the margin won't go over 16. It has stayed pretty close to under 16, but unfortunately, I think it blew out to like 4 goals at one stage. Not that much over that though. And there's your siren and Freo. What a win in the last quarter when they netted to scrap, find something. Their stars delivered. And in true Freo fashion this season, 4-5 goals in quick succession is enough for them to get the win against a quality side. Look at that. I'll show you the score worm. Look at that. Looked like they were done. I said there were no chance of winning because they kept missing chances. Gunston kicked the goal. 1 goal, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's your game. And they win by 15 points as well. So, if this side doesn't make top 4, I don't know what they've done wrong, to be honest. Where do we now Freo in the conversation for the premiership? they'll probably be... Well, I don't know. Would Sydney still be the favourites to win the flag, or Brisbane? Are they favourites? They definitely go over Hawthorn. Great game for my birthday. Couldn't ask for a better... I could probably pick better games than that, but it's going to be hard to beat for one of the games of the round, though. That's for sure. Definitely, I reckon, live to the occasion because, yeah, like, it was close until the very end. Freo came back and, yeah, got a great win. Gunners kick 6 and they still lose. I know. Imagine them without Gunston. That would concern Sam Mitchell, to be honest, because when only 3 plays for you kick goals, or 4 plays. Like a lot of their forwards they thought could have had an impact. Their ruckman that they brought in just didn't have any impact at all. Ah, my ear hurts. Nick Potter went back to Hogwarts. Yeah, hopefully we don't see the Seek ad. What was the time in front as well? It would have been like pretty big disparity. Yeah, 26 minutes time in front, 92 minutes time in front of... Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. Hopefully Barris is out for that Saints game. I don't know how long the injury is looking like it's going to be, but hopefully it's not serious for his sake, but long enough for him to miss that St Kilda game. All right, any chats that you guys have about the game or just in general before I probably wrap it up? And get ready for tomorrow night's action. We got 2 games. And yeah, more streams this week. I'm sure you guys that enjoyed this one will not be too against the fact that there'll be a few more streams this week. When's the next stream? Tomorrow night and Saturday night. Yeah, those 3. Because I think it's probably better in a sense, quality over quantity. So I'm not gonna stream every single possible game I can do if I could in theory do that, but I can't obviously. But because they're gonna end up being kind of shit quality after a while because it's gonna take a lot in me to actually do every game, and that would mean I would sacrifice a lot of things just to stream. So the ones I can, the ones I will do, I will stream. So I said before, Freo Hawthorn, Geelong. No, Geelong aren't on Friday. What am I saying? Brisbane Carlton, Port Adelaide v Bulldogs, and Gold Coast v St Kilda. Technically, Collingwood v Geelong in the same time slot. I'll watch the end of that as well, I guess, but I don't really care. Davidoff's going to... Why? I say why. Why did I go to Hands Over last year? Did he go to this game though, right? Surely. He's not travelling all around Australia not to go to the Hawthorn game. When a weekly vlog... I'm not going to probably do a weekly vlog on the main channel unless a big week of footy occurs later in the year. How do we drop that? Well, it was... The tide was coming, to be fair. You could sort of sense it was coming, and it did. So you didn't really do anything to stop it. On you, though. He went to Pies Hawks last week. Surprised you didn't go to Darwin, the Marmalade Lads, to watch the same. I didn't know they were going to Darwin. But even if it would have been too late to organise something anyways, because I wasn't sure. And like I'm not going to rain on their parade because they've got plans themselves. Like I'm not just going to like intrude, and so it wouldn't have made any difference if they were there or not, because I would have wanted to go with other people because they're really busy with their stuff. And Darwin is fucking expensive. Darwin's really expensive. Well, I've got all the Mother's Day flowers. Perth was also expensive. I'm not sure because again, I don't want to just go by myself. I've already done it. Been there, done that. Don't want to go myself. Don't think he went tonight because he's in Darwin. He wanted to travel around. Oh, right. Okay. Well, you know what? I don't even blame him for that because I think he hasn't been to Darwin before, so he's probably going to want to explore all around all around Australia. I don't think he's been to Darwin, so he can tick that one off. Visit a game there. That's a good good experience. Look at Freya's next 4. They got Essendon next week at the G. They've got us at the at Optus. They could definitely win at least 3 of those games. Brisbane, imagine they beat Brisbane at the Gabba. Hopefully, we can make a contest against them, though. That would be great. Are you going to do interstate streams and shit like that? Well, I'm not going to know yet. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But I will be back tomorrow night. And yeah, earn a bit more trust from some of the viewers that probably have lost a little trust in me. That's fair. I found cheap flights to Perth. First time I'm actually having someone coming with me. Yeah, if I can get there and back in under $1,000, I'd consider it. But $1,000 is $1,000. Not everyone can just cough up $1,000 just to go to the footy. All right. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. If you got questions there, you can answer them, ask them, and all that. I've got to probably get sleep soon. So yeah, cheers for watching. We'll see you soon.